Dang.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Mr. Charlie Poop?
Music lines, producer.
So how's everyone's Easter?
Boring. Which is just the way I like it.
Did you eventually get to eat?
Yes, I went to PDQ.
I was referring to Ego.
Oh, yes. Also, valid, much more valid question.
So I stormed basically everything I owned and made poor man's dinner, so I had like rice and beans.
I mean, hey,
Literally all day for everything.
if the shoe fits, you know?
Right? Yeah.
No, don't eat shoes for dinner.
If they're made of untreated leather, you can.
I feel like... No, I'm not equipped to comment. I had a chicken tender and a half, and now someone needs to come and take these M&Ms away from me.
Are they peanut M&Ms? Because if they're not peanut M&Ms, then you should throw them down the drain.
They're
No, you should
crispy
come to me.
M&Ms.
Alright, those
Oh,
are
like
fine.
the
Those,
crispy, crunchy ones?
those are the ones with... No, you know, no. Everyone, stop. We all know what the best M&M is. Can we all agree on this simultaneously at the same time? Ready?
No.
3, 2, 1.
Not
Peanut butter.
Peanuts.
Not peanut.
Pretzels, those are definitely very solid, yes.
They're definitely good. Nah, I like peanut M&Ms the best. Hands down.
What about peanut butter M&Ms?
Finally,
Finally,
Those are,
Christ.
those are just fucking Reese's Pieces wannabe, bro.
No, Reese's Pieces are garbage compared to peanut butter M&Ms.
Seconded.
I'm on the fence. Those are
Johnny
good.
baby! Bro, I am shredded right now. Oh my god, dude.
Like, you're jacked? Or like
yeah,
you're
bro.
stoned?
Like fuck no, dude. Like I just got out of the gym.
Oh, yo, that feeling when you finish working out and you feel like a fucking titan.
Dude, I'm mad
Oh,
at that
God.
right now, bro.
That's shit.
I can never work out and then do something somewhat intelligent for the next 2 hours because my endorphins and my testosterone is through the roof. I'm just a walking, like, thumb.
The thing is I swam. I'm trying to become lifeguard certified, so I need to do 12 laps in an Olympic-style pool. So I swam first, and that really just knocked me down 1,700 rows because I felt like I was going to drown after 3. So, you know,
Yeah.
we're getting there.
Dude, swimming is nuts.
Bro,
For, like,
it's,
an
I don't
exercise.
understand how people...
It's
I
the
really
most
got out of the
difficult
pool.
exercise.
Dude, I got out of the pool
I
and I
agree.
felt like
Swimming
my
is like
body
the
was just-
best exercise. I love
Fucked.
swimming.
I am awful at it, and I do not
Jesus.
understand it. For the
I
life
am
of me.
absolutely like, it's my favorite thing to do. Since I was a little kid, and I taught myself how to swim, and I'm just the best way I know how to swim is not even like the typical, I don't know, whatever they teach you how to do, like the rows and whatever. I swim like a dolphin or a mermaid with my legs together, and I can swim through an Olympic swimming pool from one edge to the other, holding my breath underwater.
Yeah,
Okay.
you get a lot of speed with that, but that takes a lot of core strength. Like, that's not
Oh.
maintainable for long
Yo,
distances,
can we
but
all
you
ag-
feel so fast.
Can we all agree about fuck the butterfly? Because goddamn. Also,
Oh,
dude,
fuck
yesterday I worked all day yesterday from 7 to 8. Dude, I was fucking cabling our new network, bro. Oh my god, fuck that, dude.
Yo, how are the joints in your fingers? Like your knuckles and shit, and like bending your fingers, does it hurt? Like,
No, dude, that's fine. It was fucking having to wire a building that was made in 1850 for fucking like PoE phones,
21st
dude.
goddamn century.
Yeah. Oh my god. It took us like it was me and my boy Patrick. It took us like 6 hours to fucking cable the office, bro. Jesus, shit was annoying.
damn.
But I like terminating, and he doesn't like terminating, so I guess it's fine.
Yeah, that's a solid balance to have.
Even though he's better than me at it, so he still has to watch over my shoulder.
Call me the T-1000 because I'm the motherfucking Terminator.
Hey, my boy.
All right,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
who wants to start our recap?
I'll do it. If you want?
Word.
Let me see. Let me pull up my motherfucking notes. It's been a min, dude. It's been a fat min. I'm going to be muting myself, like, periodically throughout for the next, like, maybe 2 hours to eat. Like, I'm not going to eat all at once, probably, so. Just so you guys know. I mean, I'll obviously be here, so.
Duly noted.
Okay. All right, so last session. Wait, Ego, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, okay, wait. Connor, you're gonna retcon a little bit, right? You're gonna.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's towards the end, so.
Okay, so you just want him to stop before the meeting.
Yeah. Well, I'll stop. I'll stop after we kill the thing.
Yeah. Word up.
Okay. So last session, our party, we started off at the mouth of the catacombs, and when we got down there, we saw a body of a slain monk. It seemed like the gnolls were killing it. They were probably eating him too, or chewing on his bones, or. Oh no, sorry. The body wasn't eaten. They actually left in a hurry. So we were quietly, moving along. We had obviously the light from our weapons still gleaming, so that gave us a good little area of light for us to traverse the catacombs by. Then we ran up into a bunch of gnolls in a room that had a bunch of slotted corridors. Everyone pretty much fucked shit up except Flint, because he couldn't use any of his guns because he didn't want to deafen everyone, and he literally forgot how to use a weapon because hasn't used his rapier in probably 80 years. He drew it, and little spiders came flying out of the sheath, and I think I'm pretty sure that Darrow coughed from the dust that it made. Anyway, we wiped them all off the face of the earth. And I think we got all their tongues. I don't remember. I think everybody got 2 except for me, because I only got 1, because I only deserved 1. But I'm holding on to Kiri's 2 because I guess she doesn't really want to hold on to them. So that's fine. Yeah. Then we continued forth. The party got to a big antechamber, actually a huge antechamber, I should say, and we heard a lot of water running and dripping, cascading, I guess is the correct word, and we argued for about, 3 hours, trying to figure out what should we do, whether we go back, and just
because there was the chaotic magic?
Oh yeah, we felt chaos magic in the air. I
think
believe.
Just a wild magic, not necessarily chaos.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. There was lightning, and electricity in one direction that felt like wild magic, and the other direction was the water. And so while we were sitting there deliberating on what to do, we got ran the fuck up on by this giant insectoid-looking creature.
Onkeg.
That was his name, Onkeg.
That's
just what they're called.
That's what they're called. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me write that down. How do you spell that? AHNKEG
or
something.
AHN.
One of those two.
Okay, wait, let me see what
the second one.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we got ran up on, and then obviously it didn't seem like we were equipped to maybe fight that thing toe to toe. But I do know that at that point in time, Flint said, "Fuck all y'all ears," and he whipped out preservation and started putting in the work. Eventually, through our wits and intelligence, we managed to quell the beast by crushing it with a rock, as most bugs get squished because fuck bugs. And so then after we killed it, the entrance that we came through, the tunnel that we came through, got sealed when the Onkeg jumped from the ceiling. So we couldn't go backwards. So then we had to make a decision whether to go towards the water or towards the wild magic. And I think we came to the decision that towards the wild magic, although it would be dangerous, it was more likely. I guess it just seemed that if we went towards the water, we could, theoretically just going into the Underdark, exponentially, and we would get lost and never see the light of day again, because a lot of underground caverns do have reserves of water the further you go down. So we went towards the wild magic. We got there. I guess we came across a portal, like a wild magic portal, and some souped up boss gnoll that we ended up fighting. But we also realized that the portal that was on the ground was a portal to the plane of the abyss, dude. Fuck the English language. And after I guess the party is left off after we kill the big boss gnoll. If anyone has anything that I missed, please.
I totally forgot about that creepy crawly already.
Danke.
Us?
Was that good?
Yeah.
Anyone have anything?
You good?
No.
So if
I
anyone wants to
remember
picture
what
the
I did.
creepy crawly, there you go. Picture that thing if it was the size of like an F-250, and that's pretty much what it would be.
It's actually
Yo.
smaller than I would have thought for something like
Yeah,
that.
me too. I was thinking like mammoth
Like an-
size.
Like a
Like an
mammoth.
M15.
Do you want one the size of a mammoth?
I mean,
Not yet.
no, but like maybe in the future.
You guys also have 3 of these like 40-pound plates that you're carrying.
Oh, fuck.
yeah.
Forgot about those. Gotta write those down in the notes.
Don't worry, Flint, we're not carrying them because we're the weakest ones here.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, you two are trying to figure out which one of us has the highest strength score, and Carrie just walks up to you and takes it from your hand and just like holds it.
Well, I just imagine like both of us like struggling to hold it, and Carrie just walks over with one hand and like server
Like grabs it
tray,
from the top.
carries it. Yeah, yeah, with her fingertips.
One hand. Okay. So let me paint the picture a little more of this room that you're in. It's basically like a smooth, like circular chamber, and you notice that. Make me an investigation check. I'm also gonna drop that experiment rule for now. We're just gonna go to regular 5e. So just anyone who'd like to roll investigation, make me an investigation check.
Is it only investigation?
Let's go. No one else roll.
Or does perception count?
Woo! Gotta get the good rolls out while the team carries.
Nope.
Snake eyes. Alright.
Gotta get it out
So-
early.
Ye old double ones.
Does Kira even know where she is right now?
Nope.
So,
Squirrel.
Hey, what up, pops?
alright. So, Flint, Darrow, and Scatha, looking at like the curvature of the ceiling and the walls and stuff, it looks as if this room was kind of formed in like a blast, like directed this way, coming from the portal, more or less. Or as if it was like the earth was animated around this room. Like with this as a point and projecting like this way kind of with a little bit of spillover.
So let me ask you a question, Connor. The back wall of
Mhm.
this room, is it still jagged and looks like it's nature made?
No, but you'll notice that it like has like the same curvature as the rest of the walls behind it.
So
Like they
basically
all
thi-
slope at the same angle, but it's kind of the height of this room is in the center here.
So basically, if this room is a fresh carton of ice cream, that portal is the ice cream scooper and took one out of the middle.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright.
It's off-centered though. You'll notice that much.
Okay.
But you also notice that this portal, I tried to find a picture that was as accurate to what I'm trying to describe as possible, minus the Shutterstock. So if you wouldn't mind lending me your imaginations for a couple moments. This portal isn't like a static, like steady, glowing, like red circle. It's like crackling with this almost like red, like the closest thing you could compare it to would be like electricity or lightning, kind of just like cracking and like sparking more or less, and it leads to a place where like even with dark vision it takes your eyes adjust to a sec, and like the light from your torches shining down into this red crackling hole in the floor seems to be like swallowed almost by the other side, and it's like upon looking like after for like a couple seconds, let your eyes adjust, you see that it gives way to like a dim like gray, like kind of just not even misty but like dusty, just savanna or desert of some kind. black sky, like soot and like dust and shit in the air blowing around, and like gray soot and dust and like gray sand also, and like just like no vegetation that you can see, and it's just like an expanse.
Hold on, I have to get into my action
So,
because I haven't used it in like years.
Are we keeping all the experimenting and dropping of stuff that we did with this portal already, or is that all retcon too?
You can keep all that, so we retain like the progress you guys made.
Right. I remember you had me do something with blood magic on the enemy's head. I don't remember what that was.
To reanimate it, to ask how to close it?
So
It was something about the door being blocked.
Oh yeah, yeah. You tried to reanimate it enough so that maybe he was the source of the lock, like locking the door. See if you can unlock it by.
you notice it, like the gate did seem to like weaken, but you didn't have enough juice behind it to.
Gotcha. I used a good amount of my magic already.
Connor, this is out of character real quick. I'm just asking a question. Is there any way that you could like remove like the Ankeg and the boss knoll and the knoll and the cave tunnel from like the character sheets? Just so like, is that possible or no? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm just wondering.
Well,
Just
actually,
like-
if
Wait, can I just like move my? There's, like,
no, Connor, can you make more groups than just pictures? Like, is that an arbitrary?
Oh, why don't you just? Can you just throw all of those into pictures?
Yeah,
I was
sure.
gonna say throw them into like.
He might have
I
them
don't
there
think
that
my
way.
I mean, I think
block,
I'm pretty
because
sure it gets
pictures are
put
just
into
pictures.
your journal when I press show to everyone.
Journal. What the fuck is a journal?
That's
the thing
where
that you
all
can
the
look.
character sheets are.
Yeah,
oh,
but we
yeah,
can't
yeah,
do
yeah,
a
yeah,
journal.
yeah. Okay.
But we can't like get rid of them once they're in there. I don't think. All right, there you go. All right, cool. Thank you. Just because it was just like bothering me a little bit because it's like I'm the last person on the list, so I got to go like all the way down.
I'll fill up. Where were we? All right.
Yeah, we're staring
So-
at this portal that looks like the opposite of somewhere I want to go on spring break.
Right, exactly. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I gave it away. Just ignore that. That's level 3, so it doesn't even come into effect yet.
It's at this point where, so basically, you guys have been standing around and you just see a character, like you hear footsteps coming from the way you came, and someone takes you a second to like get a look at them. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, no, my shit's acting up. My boss is emailing me, trying to fucking juggle my life, and I suck at juggling. How are ya? So, you see this motherfucker walk around the corner, and he sort of just like, he like turns the corner and like sees you guys, and like a smile breaks across his face. And like he's kind of like studying the red lightning that's sort of like crackling across the entrance, and he kind of just like takes his hands and sticks them out and like parts like a row of it, and like keeps his hands at his sides as he's moving through, and then just like clasps his hands back together in front of him, and the lightning like snaps back to like being connected, and he just goes,
I can get used to that.
well, hello,
Who the hell are you?
you must be the source. And he gestures at like all of you, he's not pointing at anyone in particular. You must be the source of all this commotion I've heard.
I reckon we are.
You see now that he's like beginning to walk closer to you guys, his eyes lock onto Dara, and you can't help but notice that they look kind of similar. I mean,
Yep, I think
Oh,
I
yeah.
was
I'm
standing
not
next
sure
to
if
the
I'm
portal
being
where the
racist
last
by
I
saying
remember
that.
was I dropped the head into the portal and was pulling it back out. That's the
I
last
did
thing
indeed
remember.
notice their eyes are similar.
Well, what do we have here? And he now just walks up to you, Darrow, specifically, and kind of looks you up and down and says, like, that blood on your cheek there. Can I see some?
I just hold out my hand that has the knife wound in it.
And he sort of
Is
just
that
like
the same
takes,
blood that you're referring to?
he like shrugs his shoulders as if it's good enough, and he like takes his pointer finger and his middle finger and kind of like smears it in your wound, almost enough to be like really painful, but not enough to inflict damage. And he sort of like smells it, like kind of rubs his two fingers on his thumb, like looks at it, studies it, and just goes, "Well, I thought it wasn't true, but I guess it is." And he just shakes out his hand and he goes, "I'm Stannis." Or he sticks out his hand and he says, "I'm Stannis. I'm your brother. Nice to meet you." And he like, as he like extends his hand further, he's like, "How might I refer to you?"
First, ow. Second, I am Darrow. I guess I take his hand, kind of shake it.
And who might you be traveling with? He turns around to everyone else and like just walks up to Scatha, sticks out his hand. "Stannis, what's your name, friend?"
Scatha, nice to meet you.
Ah, ooh, you got a strong grip. Anyone ever tell you that?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Always a pleasure to meet someone of great strength. And it's at this point that you hear like a burst of like gnoll laughter from just a single gnoll, like probably like just echoing from the caves in the distance. Not like near, like no combat or anything being initiated. Just like from the area like outside of the room right now, probably like many hundreds of feet away. There's a gnoll lurking somewhere.
So just some rando.
Next he walks up to Kiri, sticks out his hand, albeit like lower than need for Scatha, but like sticks his hand down to you. He's like, "Stannis, what might I call you, friend? It's been a while since I met a bird person."
She reluctantly sticks her hand out and says, "Kiri," and like gives him kind of like a weary look.
Alright, you see he doesn't even seem to be paying attention to the trembling bundle like slung across, you. And he says, "Oh, I'm pleased to meet you, Kiri. Pleasure to make your acquaintance." Shakes your hand. Next, he moves on over to Skulker.
Skulker's still transformed, by the way. This is immediately after the battle,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you're still transformed. He doesn't seem to regard you any differently. Bunch of non-humans in this room. Well, kind of tend to be more open to that kind of stuff. You just like, boy, do you like to drink, huh? So, nothing? You're just gonna leave him hanging?
The alternative, being sober.
Ain't that the fucking truth? Are you leaving him hanging?
He's sticking his hand out to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaving him hanging. Did he ask me, like, what to call me?
Yeah.
Oh. You could just call me Skulker.
Alright, Skulker. Pleasure's all mine, I guess. And last but not least, he comes to Flynn. Sticks out his hand. What might I call you, friend?
Flint just embellishes his cap and goes, "You can call me Flint."
Well then, nice to meet you, Flynn. You shake his hand?
No.
Alright. Pleasure's all mine. And he sort of like takes a step back, like towards now, so like he's equidistant from your party and not really like standing particularly close to any, equidistant from the members of your party and not really standing too close to anyone. He's gonna say, "I am Stannis, son of Levistus," and he makes like a very deep like bow, and I need anyone who wants to make me a history check.
Oh, please, sir. Yes! Roll when I need to.
I'm happy with those. Good shit, guys. Alright. So, Skulker, so Flint, Levistus rings a bell. Some sort of figure from the lower planes. I don't know. He's talked about every so often, but you don't really know any of the specifics. Skulker and Darrow, you both know that Levistus is one of 9 archdevils. The 9 hells, which is the place where the devils reside, is supposedly, like, it's rumored, or like legend says that the 9 hells have like 9 planes to them, reminiscent of like Dante's Inferno, more or less. Levistus is the ruler of the 8th, which have like second up from the bottom. He is revered by like cultists who make like really brutal sacrifices, and his calling card is like making pacts with people who are incredibly desperate at the cost of, like, you know, something devilish. So Skulker and Darrow, especially now Darrow, you just learned with a nat 20 also, cool, that Levistus is your dad, this person who you've like read these things about. And you've never really been told, like your mother never told you like the conditions that came to you being this way. So like, I don't know.
Activate time slowing down and tinnitus.
Tinnitus.
Nice.
Alright. So, my father had sent me here. I'm not sure how much you all know about the going-ons of us folk from the lower planes, but we're at constant war with, and he like points to the body of the gnoll, like that you just slayed, that you guys threw down into the portal, like on the ground down there. He points. He's just like, we are in a constant war against fiends of the abyss. In case any of you aren't certain, this is a portal to the abyss. It is the place where all sort of fiendish creatures reside. Yada yada. Also, when I say yada yada in character, like, that's not me slacking off IRL. This guy kind of is like a fucking dickhead, more or less, is the vibe I'm trying to get.
Yes, you chose a very good picture. We gleaned as much.
Okay. So, I'm about to give you all some wisdom. My dad sent me here because you mortals are about to be in big trouble. And so whenever a mortal soul killed by either a devil or a gnoll perishes, they respawn in the 9 hells as a servant of this eternal war for whichever side has slayed them. So you can see why it's kind of a family business, if you will, for me to be killing these things. You know, like, stretches out his hand to Darrow and says, I see you've taken up the family business as well. Brother and sister said that we had a sibling who lived on the material planes, but what are the odds? I wonder if Father knew you would be here today. And he kind of like trails off and just is like, anyway, note this portal here. This is the part that involves you. And he like gestures up at the ceiling and he's like, kind of everyone else up there. How to put this?
Are you referring to all of the mortal plane, or the churchy robe-wearing ones?
I think it's called Ascalon. It's a little pocket.
Sure.
Souls up here. Alright. Well, it is like he's referring to just Ascalon. What's it called? Note the edges of the portal here. And he points like, see how they're like crackling, like fizzing, like lightning? This is unnatural. Any naturally occurring portal to a different plane of existence, he like gestures with his hands, like will be like very smooth, and he makes like a rounded like shape in the air. Whereas this was torn asunder by something else. Now, that something else And this is the part that kind of... How much of the goings-on do you know about the orcs north of the wall? Because basically, there's a chieftain among them named Gargarensis. He's found one of the bloodstones of legend deep in the orc homelands. He's inexperienced with magic compared to someone who would need to be able to like wield the bloodstone's power at its full capacity. But he's seeking to destroy Ascalon, and he's getting stronger by the day. You hear a burst of like gnoll laughter, gets like significantly closer, probably 3/4 closer than it was last time. And he kind of just looks over his shoulder and kind of just like shrugs it off and just says, he is getting stronger by the day, and if he uses these types of monsters to kill an entire kingdom of people, that's not good for us. You can see why I'm here.
Oh, so he's selfish as...
He pulls out, now you see he like goes into his pocket and he pulls out this like brittle looking like orange rock.
No, not that again.
And he begins like scrubbing at the edges of the portal, almost like he's polishing the floor. Like, after he completes the circle, the lightning kind of just like dissipates, and like the ring like sort of like loses its light, and you see like the opacity of the floor like fade back in over the next like 30 seconds or so. And he just like takes another 2 pieces out of his pocket, and he just like drops them on the ground like in the middle of the party. This is like, you guys might have a use for these. It's called Ignan Chalk. Straight from the 9 Hells. Also, if you ever find a portal to the 9 Hells and you have Abyssal Chalk, they serve the same purpose. They are fated to cancel each other out in both effort and apparently everything else. Maybe the gods have a sense of humor. And he kind of just like shrugs, and he takes like another look at Darrow and says like, wow, like, I can't believe it. And it's at this moment that you see a gnoll turn the corner.
Oh, he's gonna blow this thing out of the water, dude. I can't wait. Sorry.
Oh, that's not good. So, Stannis, like, gnoll, like, turns the corner, and, like, it has a bow, and it literally, like, fires an arrow into the cluster of you, and it hits Stannis directly in the back, like, in the shoulder, like, it, like, kind of winged him. Not too, what's it called? And he sort of just, like, sighs, like, he, like, turns to it to react to it as it's happening, but, like, I'm trying to, hold on, I need the words to, like, describe.
He almost can't be bothered to pay attention to what just happened.
Yeah, like, he's still, you can tell he's kind of lost in thought as he's doing this. Like, the focus just isn't in his eyes. Like, he's staring at Darrow, he gets shot in the shoulder, and he kind of just, like, turns around and just sticks out his hand. And you see the gnoll, like, immediately, like, lifts up in the air, probably about, like, 2 or 3 feet, and begins, like, kicking its legs and, like, scratching at its throat.
You force choking him, dude?
Cannot confirm or deny.
Oh, he's force choking him.
It's at this point that he says, God, I fucking hate gnolls. And he just, like, he has his hand, like, fully, like, stretched out in front of him, and he kind of just pulls his hand closer into his chest, and you see the gnoll is kind of, like, resisting the pull, like, it's, like, leaning back, it's, like, kicking its legs out, it's scratching at his throat, it's not laughing, I'll tell you that much. And he literally pulls it through the lightning, and it just gets, like, diced up as it's being pulled through, and just falls in, like, a pile of pieces on the other side, like, on the inside of the room with you guys.
Glad we haven't tried to walk through that yet.
And he just was like, I guess I should get rid of that. And he like, as he's like walking away, he kind of starts like waving his hands. You can tell he's like casting magic of some kind. Anyone who wants to roll Arcana can, to see if they know what he's casting. He basically just like says like, that one was a powerful one. This magic would have stuck around for like 8 or 9 hours. As he begins like casting this spell.
Oh. Are all of us like you?
Scatha, you can tell that he's basically casting a spell that like dismisses magic almost. From like the way he's moving his hands and stuff, it kind of seems like he's trying to like push something away or like banish it more or less with his hand gestures. Flint, you know that this is a dispel magic spell.
Roger that.
I mean, you can ask him to not, if that's what you're thinking.
No. Just, that's out of character. If I type and it's not in brackets, it's totally out of character. That's just to save me from interrupting with all my little quips. I've learned.
Much appreciated.
Alright,
So,
I promise I'm basically done.
Status.
Yeah, what's up?
Can I do what you do? Does everyone do what you do? Can we all
Then
do
he
that?
like throws his head back and laughs, and you're kind of like, ah, like echoing in like the caves beyond. You're like, no one can do what I fucking do. And he turns back and he says like, maybe father, I don't know. He goes, but you're not half bad, from what I can tell. Blood's got a nice sort of spice to it. Something to you.
I do that dog head cock to the side thing and go, thanks.
And he kind of like, he finishes casting this spell, and the, what's it called? The lightning sort of just like disappears. And he says, oh, guess I can tell Dad that this one's closed. And he sort of like turns to you all and bows. Says like, it was a pleasure meeting you all. Perhaps we'll meet again. We're in the same line of work now. We might run into each other.
Okay. Sure.
He kind of just like nods with like a shit-eating grin, reminiscent of a certain Goliath Ranger. And what's it called? He like clutches at his wrist and like pulls out like what appears to be like a floating ball of
An
blood.
invitation? Oh, sorry.
Free meta.
To Forsaken Castle Gators?
He like takes out like basically like it looks like he like summons like a ball of floating blood out of his wrist, or like extracts a ball of floating blood out of his wrist, and he kind of just like splashes it up against the wall with like a flourish of his arm, and you see like a jagged like like a jagged orange edge like portal, and it's like crackling the same way the other portal was. And he sort of like just with like a grin and like a wink just like winks at you guys and just hops in, and you see like as he hops in, the wall, like the blood immediately dries and the wall is closed.
Bye bye.
Okay, so that portal edge was orange. 9 houses.
Is the knoll tongue intact?
I think I'm still holding the whole head.
Roll me a d20
No.
and call it really high or really low. Whoever's feeling
I'll
lucky.
do it. I'm checking.
Really low. Damn it.
Double damn it.
Nah. Even more nah.
That's what I get for listening.
Thing is minced. Cat food.
Okay.
Alright. So, the caves go quiet. And you kind of hear the water, like, cascading off, like, very far in the distance and, like, open cave, just, like, stretching to your right. You notice that all of the, like, lingering magic that seemed to be, like, suffused in the air here is gone.
Oh, so he wiped out... Did he wipe out the portal on the floor, then?
Yeah, with the chalk.
Word.
Who has the chalk now?
He left it on the floor in the middle of all.
I'm definitely gonna go pick up a piece.
There's 3 pieces.
Guess I'll take a piece too. Well, I feel like this could come in mighty handy.
If you
Don't mind
smell
if
it,
I
like
do.
you put it close to your nose, it almost smells like burnt and like cayenne pepper.
Forbidden spices.
Yeah, I wouldn't taste it if I were you.
So that lightning door was the only entryway in or out?
What?
Sorry, the entrance where the lightning was, that's the only entrance in or out of this area.
Yeah, now it's just
right?
like a smooth stone room.
Okay. Do we know what time of day it is?
Dude, we're in a... I mean...
Roughly, it's somewhere towards the end of your second day down here. But without the sun to really guide you...
Hey, no. Animals have a built-in sense of time.
It's not precise.
It
Yeah,
can
like-
be honed to be precise, but yes, no, in general.
Yes, that's called keen mind feature.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's a feat for
shit.
that.
Oh, there's a feat for that, okay.
Yeah. You always know what time of day it is, and you always know which way is north. You can recall pieces of information from up to a month ago exactly as it was spoken or read.
It's pretty tough shit.
Well, this seems like a place to take a rest. Only one entrance in. How do you guys feel about that?
Sure.
Please
I'll take it.
Also,
I took a good amount
if
of
no one else
damage.
is gonna pick up that last piece, Gary will.
Go for it. Alright. So, we're settling down for the night?
Yeah, I'll take first watch. Can't sleep. I have a lot to think about.
Who's going next?
I'll take second watch.
I'll take third.
You guys just need to... that's it. You guys just do 2 hours. Here you can just sleep.
Alright.
Alright, long rest, baby.
Skulker.
No. What is it, fate?
Roll me a d20. Don't call it. Just roll me one.
Okay,
Jesus Christ.
have I rested at all?
You got like,
2 hours.
for a little bit. You got a nap, but
A nap, okay. So that means that. Okay, shit.
okay.
Is it though?
Believe it or not, yeah. So the night goes without incident, and I need to detail one thing. The only incident that really occurs is Skulker seems like he's sleeping really shittily, more or less. He's like tossing and turning, but he's kind of an alcoholic, so like, do they ever sleep well? You know what I mean? He's like sweating booze.
He didn't drink too much in particular this time.
Just the reservoir.
I mean, if
They
he
could
didn't
just like
drink
wring you out like a towel, and they'd get like a glass of whiskey out of it.
if he didn't drink enough, that could cause his shitty sleeping.
That's true. Sleep dependency.
I'm sure it fed into it, but go on, Connor.
So you would know who this is. Well, I know you're not looking to reveal too much about your past, so I guess I'll tell it like a cutscene almost, so that everyone else
That would
like,
be
knows
nice.
what's
I
happening.
appreciate that.
So there's basically this woman who like looks human. She's got like straight, like dark black hair with like kind of like some bangs, but like for the most part it's off her face. And she's kind of wearing like flowing, like almost like fine cloth, but like the cloth is plain, but like I don't know, like well maintained, I guess. And basically, it's just like a long sort of montage of just moments of like her like in different like scenes, like she's either like eating something or like she's like practicing what appears to be like magic, like in front of a window or something like that. And like you see shots of like the old house and like you two like outside around it doing things, or just like random memories that you have of this person. And you manage to get a night's rest sleeping throughout the night, but you just like don't sleep very well. You're just dreaming of this person. Flint,
Yeah.
you're sitting there and you're just like, everyone's probably gonna start waking up soon.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Skulker like has been like tossing and turning this whole time, and he wakes with like a start, and like as he goes like this like weird like blue translucent rabbit like pops into the space behind him, or like rather next to him, excuse me.
What in the fuck is that?
Flint, language.
Can you put the find familiar spell like in chat?
Yes.
So everyone's like, so basically this is flavor text for Skulker randomly just being able to summon a familiar.
How randomly?
This
Dude
was
just
not
coughed
something
it.
he intended to do.
Not yet, at least.
So everyone also now like officially has their full level 3 like perks and stuff, like long rest complete, full health, spell slots, etc. Like they're all
Alright,
topped off.
Time to uncomment a bunch of things. Oh,
For
shit.
some reason, I hated myself and did not add all of the spells I know over this 2-week break.
Rip.
I added too many spells. It balances.
But yeah, Rich is
Alright.
right. I gotta put my fucking shots in.
I promise that as of this very moment, the railroad is done. I'm done like
Dude,
I don't know.
You can't really call it a railroad when it's pertinent to the story, and it's just storytelling.
Fair enough. I accept that. Thank you.
So, okay, did I fully wake up when this happened?
Yeah, you like wake with a start, just like and like you look like you're kind of like looking around, and you like look at the ground next to you, and you just see this rabbit sitting next to you, like kind of like looking up at you, like doing the thing it does, where it's like scrunching its face or like nose or whatever. It's like a weird like translucent like bluish kind of like opaque rabbit.
I look at it and go, huh. Then I look over to see if anyone's awake. And Flint, how obvious is it that you're awake?
I mean, it's probably not very I'm low profile. to begin
Yeah,
with.
but I mean, if you're sitting up, if you're not like lying down trying to sleep.
Well, I mean, you know that I meditate for 6 hours and then I'm just awake. So if
Okay.
I take the watch, then
Okay.
never
Right.
not
Right.
just awake. You know?
Right. Yeah, someone has to be awake. So I look at you and say, "You saw nothing."
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Good answer. And then I motion to the familiar, and it jumps into my cowl. And then I go back to sleep.
Alright. Yeah. So, I mean, everyone else, like, you know, once you've all completed your long rest, everyone's, like, up. Some of you rise more quickly than others. The night passes without incident. You also, like, notice, like, it's very, like, in a weird way, kind of peaceful down here when you're not being run up on by random shit or fighting gnolls or, like, I don't know. Just, like, the soft humming of water in the distance.
Oh, some white noise? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get a good night's sleep? Bullshit.
It's your own fault.
So, any more randomness coming, or are we waking up eventually?
Ah, I'm waking up.
Okay.
That is it.
Well, how did everybody sleep last night? Wasn't too bad down here without all the critters and whatnot trying to kill us in our sleep.
I guess that's true. I do have a lot in my mind. I want to admit now, I don't know if what he's saying is true, nor do I know if I am the son of a devil, but I kind of could guess, because reasons.
Cue the shot at them, like,
I mean, Daryl, regardless if you are, you know, you're part of us now, so we'll take it in stride. Whatever comes your way, we'll be there right behind you, making sure that you're all right.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Also, Connor, can I say that like I snuck to Darrow's bags and like took the coffee and like made some before everyone got up or not? Can I sleight of hand it?
maybe next time.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go back for it.
Should have asked me.
Because theoretically, it might have woke Skulker before that happened or some shit. I don't know.
I'm gonna buy some next time we're in town so I can do that, even though I'm not gonna drink it.
Skulker wouldn't have said anything if he woke up. He would have just noticed. That's it.
Oh, I thought Darrow had the coffee. Wait, you
He
had the
did,
coffee?
but we were talking about order of events.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I do want to try to investigate if what he's saying is true. I'm not exactly sure where to start, though. This is kind of a surprise.
Well, Daryl, something
Kind
tells
of given
me,
up.
Something tells me that you're gonna do plenty of investigating and just keep going where we're going. Seems like our fates are intertwined with brothers.
That's true. He said I'm in the family business now, I guess. Which, one thing he said didn't make...
Mm-mm.
this, and they're building their armies that way? Is that what he said?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. So it sounds like there's an orc that needs killing.
I'll type out that name also.
Gargarenthus. I did phonetic spelling for the win. Oh, you know, I wasn't that far off.
So, there are basically two paths that lie before you. One of them seems to go deeper, like towards the Underdark, or like deeper, like into the Underdark, and the other one seems to go also deeper into the Underdark, but there's water.
Right, we're still in a cave. I forgot we're still in a cave.
Also, I need 2 torches subtracted from, like, if you guys want to do 1 and 1 or whatever. What's it called?
I guess just, yeah, I mean, I always bring up the rear, and I guess,
Skulker leads.
yeah, so I guess we'll take 1 each.
Alright.
Oh, speaking of which, I need to, sorry, I have to unpack my Dungeoneer's pack into my actual inventory, because it's scum.
Right, as opposed to having to expand that out and then manage it that way.
Yeah.
I just manually put in all the individual items.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant there's an actual, like, ever since you told me about the equipment area, like, holy fuck.
I'm
So
sure there is, but...
I thought expanding, like, meant something as well. Like, oh,
no,
my god.
I think if you type in Dungeoneer's pack into the eye, and then you drag it over, that's what it means.
Right, and when you drag it over, when you say Dungeoneer's pack, and then if you click the little gear, it'll tell you the description, and the description is all the things in it. So then you can take those individual things and put them into your main inventory.
Connor, I do believe that I used this will be our 3rd and 4th torches that we've used so far, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm doing it basically like 1 burns for 4 hours, so you need 2 for, a chunk of the day.
Okay.
I know that might be a little on the long side, but
Wait, what's going on?
4 hours is a lot better than 1 hour, but not as good as a whole day.
I feel like, I think a normal torch, depending on the type of fuel you use, probably lasts anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. And I guess depending on the type of material that's being used.
Word. We'll say these are pretty well made torches that burn.
And what do you think? We've consumed, what, 8 rations? Or 2 rations, I mean?
Yes.
I have to check to see if do elves need to eat? I don't actually know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2 rations.
You are not the Dalai Lama.
I think there is like a race or something. You don't need to eat.
There
Maybe,
are some things called...
It's a sorcerer, actually. I think I'm thinking of.
There's a warlock evocation, I think, that allows you to do that, but it's mostly an undead thing. They don't need air, water, or like food or sleep.
Coincidentally, there's also an Eldritch invocation that's called the Tomb of Levistus.
There is.
That
Yes.
thing's fucking dope.
Yes, and I didn't piece that together until you were saying that's Levistus. I'm like, where have I, Joshua, heard that before? Google. Oh shit!
Yeah, he my dad.
That's how Skulker knows. No. Moving on. Have we chosen a path?
No.
So, what path do you think we should take? Towards the water or not towards the water? I still stand firm in the fact that if we head towards the water, we're going way deeper into the Underdark. That's just me.
Where are all the knoll tracks?
Those that you can find sort of seem like they're coming from here and then branching off in both directions.
Oh, so they go both places. So that doesn't exactly help.
Do gnolls need to drink water?
They're living creatures.
But they're fiends.
Doesn't mean that they don't have the feelings.
They need like some sort of hydration.
Yeah.
Because they need food also. You can starve a gnoll to death, so they'll probably die of thirst also.
Well, does anybody have any input onto which direction we should go?
I don't have any strong emotions either way. I'm willing to trust in someone else's judgment on this one.
All right, then. If no one else is gonna have, yeah, I do. Oh, I think we should go.
Skulker flipped a coin. The coin says water.
Alright, we have 1 and 1. I was looking at the footprints to see if they told us any stories, but the footprints aren't really telling me anything.
Carrie, you've been the last 2 hours. Are you doing okay?
Yeah, just a lot of weird magic. I'm not used to magic. This place gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Fair enough. Gives me the heebie-jeebies too. Scotha, what about you?
I'm good. I'm just ready to go whichever way you guys want.
Well, we're split down the middle right now, so.
Let's go with the not water.
All right. All right, let's get it, Connor. Connie
All right.
paid me.
So, you take off in the direction opposite of the water. Kiri can't become lost unless by magical means, as part of being a ranger. But that doesn't mean she knows the way home. It's more like she can kind of point to the ceiling overhead and be like, that's probably about where the abbey is. Like, she can maintain orientation, but she doesn't know, like, the layout of the caves and such.
Right.
So she can tell whether or not you're getting really far from where you started or not.
Wait, does that also mean, Connor, that if, let's say we were in a complex,
Labyrinth?
in a complex labyrinth, she would know if we went the same way twice?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, I have a danger sense. Would that be helpful in determining which way to go? Or...
Throw it in the chat.
Oh shit! Sneak attack damage bump.
Whoa.
Probably not.
Yeah,
that,
nearby aren't
that just, Dad, that's basically Sting. What you got right there, bro?
I got you.
So we're going away from the water?
Yeah.
You walk away, like, and you see this sort of large cavern that you kind of branched off of in this alcove here. Kind of starts descending, and, like, the further you go, it kind of starts re-entering a choke point almost. And, like, you walk for an hour as, like, the cave sort of, like, just seems to, like, swallow you again. Like, you were in, like, a large expanse, and now you're back in what seems like a boring into the wall. You notice that there are other, like, paths, as when you came down, there are other paths that cross your way. And Kiri, you find that there is one tunnel that you come across that seems to be going in the exact right trajectory towards where you came from.
That seems like it might be the way back.
It's headed in the right direction. Granted, you're still pretty far away, but it's like the first one that's like taken off, like in the direction you would need it to.
Well, hot damn. Thank God. Let's go.
You travel for like probably I want to say like 2 or 3 hours following this path that you took, and you come across this one chamber. I'm gonna put this in Discord just so I don't have to go through the delay of uploading it. Oh wait, stream. You see that there's light coming from this, like, next set of caverns up ahead. and you see that the chamber where it's coming from is more or less like a giant hollowed out space, and there's pools, there's like these bioluminescent bacteria that seem to be on the ceiling, and it gives the room this sort of weird flat glow, and there are shallow pools of this weird green liquid on the floor. The end of the other end of this cavern is probably about 600 feet away.
I smell the liquid.
Can I throw a python into one of the pools of liquid?
Yeah, sure. Skulker, you smell the liquid, and it smells very sharp, for lack of a better word. This water seems to have a high acid content. You notice as it's on your fingers, the longer and longer it sits, you feel it kind of starts stinging a little bit.
Oh, I didn't put any of this water on me yet, bitch. But okay.
Oh, you put your face up to it?
Yeah.
Alright, then just the sort of almost burning sensation you get from inhaling from it leads you to believe this is kind of acidic, whatever it is.
Okay.
So wait, does my python melt, or what?
No. It's still a solid chunk of metal. It's not super strong acid. It's mixed with water, what you can tell, but it's acidic, strongly acidic water.
Weeping.
And what we're sure. No, I turned to Kiri. How sure are we that this is still the right way?
The other end of the cavern is carrying on that same trajectory where you first came from, or on the same promising trend that the tunnel you came out of was.
It's promising. It's not the sure way, but it's the best way I know.
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to be careful as we traverse this dangerous area.
Do we want to test the shields? See if we can float in them?
Wait, Connor, how big are these pools? Are they small?
Some of them are ankle deep. There's a large one that you can see a couple 100 feet away that looks like you could submerge yourself in it.
But can we?
Is there a way to weave your way? Is there a way to weave through all of them to get to the other side?
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, I missed that. I'm assuming it's the whole area.
No,
okay.
No, they're like puddles.
Yeah, is there a way to stitch together a path that connects the ground between the pools?
Definitely.
Word.
Right, let's do it.
What happened to the Python that got thrown in, by the way?
It's still there. It's solid metal, so this, if it had a pH, would be around 2, which is pretty low, but it's not just gonna eat
Right. Is there bubbles are on the
That's
outside
literally
of the
stomach
pipe,
acid.
basically?
pH of 2
Which-
is literally stomach acid.
To be fair, would take a while to eat metal.
I mean, the pH of Coca-Cola is 2.52.
Damn, dude, the jump from 2 to 1 is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the type of scale.
It's
I mean, yeah.
pH
It's
is
the
literally
difference
a
between cashing
power
a
of
check
10.
for $100,000 and I don't know, $10 million or some shit. I can't, maybe $1 million. Can't remember what the jump
The
is.
difference between pHs is exponential.
Jesus. All right then. All right, so
I can't get this green circle to fucking go away until this.
can I go pick up my python and wipe it off with a cloth?
Yeah, definitely.
What happens? Nothing.
You
Nothing
lose the
chilling?
cloth.
Get the fuck out of here, this fucking green circle. Oh my god. Alright, you know what? No, fuck it. Move on.
Can you just make it smaller, or?
I'll just delete these ones.
Delete the whole game. Everyone copy paste your characters. We're moving.
Alright.
Green circle is now burned into your monitor.
Yep.
Hold on. Alright. This will serve as our grid for this room. I'll place you all. There's like a small one right next to where you're standing.
Connor, I just want to say that this campaign is awesome and you're doing a great job. I appreciate you being.
Well, thanks, man. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know, this circle's really ruined it for me.
Skulker dies now.
But the bunny!
Some weird entity
I'll place all your tokens on the
overtakes
board.
Flint's mind, and he whips out preservation and puts it to the dome piece of Skulker and executes it right on the spot.
Somehow it gleams in the sun.
I'm too old for this shit. Nice one.
I thought my dad said that.
No, yes.
Oh, I can start by not putting you guys on the map there. Okay. Good clutch.
Duh, eternity later. Connor, throwback to when your mom didn't let you watch SpongeBob. Remember that shit, dude?
What the fuck?
She thought it was dumb. I mean,
I don't blame her.
yeah, no, looking back. That and like, I don't know. If I can be half as good as my mom at literally anything in my life, I'll be okay. I'll be happy.
Same, bro.
Skulker, Scott, Flint, and Darrow.
So we're back to playing Red Steel on the Wii when it first came out. That shit was lit, bro.
Yeah.
Is that the name of the game? Red Steel?
Yep, I used to play that with my dad and kick his ass all the time.
So
And then
make
throw
me
back-
perception checks also.
Alright. Yo, I don't see us on the map. Is that just, do I need to refresh?
Yeah, I haven't seen any changes.
Oh.
You're
Oh, you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about with circles.
You're fucking
There we
boosted,
go.
bro.
I'm mad boosted.
I'm
This
apparently
game's
just
good.
trash rolling ones all day, so, you know, fuck me.
No, it's alright. Yes, last week, or 2 weeks ago, I was the same thing, so I'm...
Torch has been passed. So,
Can the familiar help me with the check for advantage or not? Doesn't matter.
kind of bullshit. What?
The
no,
help
it's true.
action.
It can use the help action. You can also see through its senses. Roll one
Yeah,
more.
but its senses are about as good as mine.
Ew.
There you go. So, Flint, Scatha, and Skulker, you all realize that not only are there pools of acid in this room, there are these weird, like, piles of, like, circular, kind of like, you're not sure what to make of them. They're, like, semi-translucent. But the more and more you look, the more and more you see them, like, scattered about the room. They're almost, like, littered in with the stalagmites and stuff, so it's, like, tough to actually, like, spot them at first glance.
If I learned anything from any RPG ever made, those things are reanimating, and we're gonna fight them.
Some of the piles are larger than others. Also,
is this to scale?
Yes.
What's that? Beef.
I can see through the rabbit's eyes up to 100, and hear through it for up to 100 feet.
Word.
So,
Cool. So then you see. Get it right
well,
color.
the thing is, not everyone's seen the rabbit, so I kind of have to. We have to go through the formality of. So, guys, no questions, but I can scout out most of this room. But I'll be blind and deaf while I do, so just give me a few moments.
Would you like to hold my hand?
I wanna.
If it makes you feel better.
I wanna hold your hand.
No more questions. And I conjure the rabbit back.
What do your elf eyes see?
Rabbit eyes, bitch! Connor, do you want to put the picture in, or?
Alright, the token.
Zitokan.
For now, can you just draw a little shape to use? And I'll have it for the next encounter we do.
A shape. Okay. I mean, you okay.
Because if I draw it, you won't be able to control it.
Right. So, first I'd probably move to the front. Just to get that little extra range. And then, yeah. Good enough.
Little box.
I can move it?
You should be able to.
Ah, I can't grab it. Wait, yes I can.
You
Hold on,
click and
pointer.
drag, it helps. Like to
Ye
click
old-
and drag to select it. That,
Ye old RTS style.
Nope, that does both of us. Control Z. Control Z's not working! Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have it scout up this way. Why am I doing this?
Alright. So, Skulker's eyes sort of like, he puts this little rabbit thing like from his cowl like on the ground, and it's this weird. What's it called? I think you guys might have seen it a couple weeks ago, but here it is in the Discord chat.
Ye old bun
Son of a
bun.
bitch.
This little spiked rabbit. Little guy. He sort of just like takes it out of his cowl and just puts it down on the ground, and his eyes kind of like start like fluttering, and like he's kind of like they're like really like glazed over, and like he's like kind of slouching a little bit in his stance, and you see that like the rabbit kind of like perks up. And like, how do you behave as the rabbit? Like, do you wave at them or anything, or do you just like you just get to
No.
business?
Yeah, I get straight to business.
Alright.
I look at them all once to like get my bearings of like, oh, this is what shit looks like from this view.
You roll with a squad of goons and a really big bird.
And I realize I probably look like prey to some of them. But yeah,
So
I get
the
a move on.
closer you get to these like weird sort of like translucent like sacks or like piles of shit, basically, you notice that some of the constituents in them are bigger than others. They're all made up of these round things, and it isn't until you get to this bigger pile up here that you can see the size of these things has actually become like large enough where the shell is starting to lose its opacity, and you can see there are larvae inside that look a lot like the thing that ambushed you out of the wall.
I don't remember that.
Remember the thing?
I was probably drunk for that.
Dude, the big bugs thing.
The Ankeg?
Oh,
F-250?
yeah! Oh, shit! Yeah! Okay.
You also notice now that, like, as you get, like, deeper into this room, you recognize that same sort of rotten smell that you first smelled on, like, the inside of the plates that you guys had pried off. Once you
Okay.
start getting towards that half of the room, you see that there's a body half out of the what's it called? Half out of the acid over here.
Acid.
It's like face down. It doesn't appear to be alive.
It's barely in range. All right. Okay, I call that rabbit back and tell everyone what I saw, with a hint of, I think we should put some effort into destroying these piles.
Well,
quickly.
it might be a better idea to get across this as quickly as possible and not disturb any of them, because if we start disturbing them, then it's going to cause a chain reaction, and then we have to fuck with all of them.
All right, fair. But as soon as all of us are on the other side, we start picking them off.
Why?
You want to leave this many of that thing to just fester freely?
There is a certain natural order, and these things are natural. It's not like these are demons summoned from a portal from another plane where they don't belong in this world. These things. Am I wrong here, DM? Are these things actually natural to this world?
I mean, nature check? Because you're not familiar with the Underdark itself.
Do you want me? Can I make a?
Yeah,
Mouse.
anyone who would like to, go for it.
Okay.
Nope. I'm just gonna stop rolling today, if that's okay with everyone.
Sarah, you're gonna try?
I did. That was the first one.
Oh, you rolled
Rolled
a
a 16.
oh shit!
Yeah,
I thought
he
that
rolled
was
a 16. Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
Sorry.
He gets it.
No one in the party has any fucking idea except Darrow, who knows that, like, you can sort of observe the similarities between, like, other bugs that you've seen on the surface, like, you know, multiple eyes, like you've seen, like, mantises and such before that have kind of, like, smaller versions of those long claws, the chitin exoskeleton, like, it all kind of fits in with things that already present themselves in the natural world, so it's not the craziest thought that this thing could be, like, just a creature from the Underdark.
Right. This thing is just a really ugly bug, and it exists down here. If y'all want to do some exterminating pro bono, I'll help, but I don't think
No,
that show is going to help or hurt.
You're onto something.
I
These
agree
are-
100% with Darrow. I don't think we should fuck with these if we can help it.
Worst case, these are a better problem to have than gnolls.
Yeah. Gnolls have some semblance of intelligence where these things are really easy to trick.
I mean, they're not really
And
a
We
problem.
smashed one.
I think we just disturbed its place.
Right. These things might not be inherently violent. So, my opinion
What the
is
fuck?
try to move through these.
Oh, well, you guys can keep talking. Nothing's
God.
going wrong.
Damn it, dude.
It's a good thing. That was the, do I ambush them right now? Nah.
We should get moving.
Yeah,
let's get
I'm already.
going.
I'm,
Get out of here.
now it sounds like a reaction, but yeah. I motion to go first.
Skulker, with your weird rabbit thing, I think you should go first, since you already plotted out a path through this nonsense.
Agreed.
We're keeping our typical party etiquette and going in order.
Yeah,
Yeah, we should go single file line.
of course.
Give me EA Old Order.
It's gonna be
There's also light in here, so if dark vision factors into the order, don't worry about it. There are bioluminescent bacteria and fungi on the ceiling.
So Flint in the rear, Skulker in front.
Skulker, Scatha, Darrow,
That's it.
Kiri. Yeah.
That's the order.
All right. Stealth, please.
Oh, I just learned a spell that would have been really useful for this, but I don't think I prepared it because I was rushing.
What are these rolls today? I don't think I could roll above like a freaking 6.
I mean,
Yo.
you killed the boss with a crit that was about to destroy Darrow's life.
True. I'm not mad.
This is the
way of the
opposite.
razor.
Yeah, this is the equal and opposite reaction.
Dude's got a +8 to stealth. Treasure.
All right.
Oh no.
Damn.
You all make your way peacefully. The water is really like murky in some of these pools. Like it's like more green and more acidic in some of these pools, and less like green, like clearer and less acidic in other pools.
Dad, move up.
Some of them are so thick that you can't see the bottom.
I'm just animating. He said we make it to the other side, right?
No.
Not yet? Okay, go on. Sorry.
Right.
Sean.
This is the one that counts.
Oh, I'm not keeping up. Okay.
3. Ooh. Alright. So, this large pool here is the biggest pool in the room by far.
Oh
And
shit. Oh shit.
Notice
oh fuck. Oh
it's
fuck.
one of the murkier pools. It's like so like green and like viscous and like you can't see the bottom of it. You see that there's a body half hanging out of it. And it's actually relatively fresh compared to what you'd expect to find something this desolate. You walk past some murky pools behind you, namely this one and this one that are particularly murky. And you come up to this last one, and it's at this point that someone, actually, who rolled the lowest stealth score? I gotta pick on someone, I'm sorry. Darrow, kind of not paying attention to his exact footing, kicks a small rock into the pool, this like large pool here. Kraken. And it's at this point that you just hear a massive like the swelling of like liquid as like the pool starts to like thrash, and god damn it, where the fuck is this thing? Oh, I had to put it away. Okay. You see an onkeg bigger than the one you fought last time.
Great.
I need to put it on actual grid spaces so I can verify them counting right. Is that
3x3?
3x3? Yes. Okay. Thing is fucking huge. And it like erupts from the middle of the pool, and you hear it kind of like sort of like this weird like screeching like noise as it what's it called? As it like opens its jaws. And Scatha, I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Let's go, bro. Let's go, bro. All right, Dad.
Gonna step away a little.
Let me hear the breathing technique, bro. That's what we're talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Not bad.
So you see, I need to roll.
What does he say?
So you see, like this thing sort of like its jaws open up, and what's it called? Like this torrent of acid comes like spewing out of this thing's face, and you see that like Scatha like aiming directly at him. He like just like leans out of the way like very naturally, doesn't even have to displace himself. Kind of just like more like just like tilts his torso and lets the torrent of acid just like fly past him. And you see it starts like eating away, like it like starts like fizzing on some of the rocks behind Scatha, and you notice that I guess Skulker would be the only person close enough to notice this. Some of it like catches on his leg a little bit, like an exposed area of his calf, and you notice that it doesn't affect him nearly as much as it affects the stone. Scatha has resistance to acid damage, for anyone who doesn't know. Because he made the save, he takes half damage on 8, but because he's also resistant to it, he takes half damage again. So from 8 points of acid damage, Scatha takes 2 points of damage.
My boy. Yo, is that why you had him advantage? Because he's acid?
Nah, danger sense. Because he like saw and heard the thing that was making him dex save. So that's why he gets the damage.
So then Scatha immediately, instinctively responds in kind with his own acid breath.
That's thing that erupts from pile of acid. Here, take some acid.
All right. Flash R.
They're communicating.
Oh, just barely, dude.
It's a mating ritual.
The thing kind of like submerges back into the water as the breath kind of what's it called? You catch it on the forehead a little bit. You do damage it, but you can't really tell how much as it slides back under the water. And it's at this point that I need everyone to roll advantage. Or
Initiative.
roll advantage.
Bro, that scene that you just conjured up is so cool, dude.
Yo, hold up. Dawn, what is your trouble with initiative style?
What?
I'll make it.
Because no, I'm pretty sure if you go to the cog and change initiative style to advantage, it works.
Where is that?
Go into your character sheet.
Top middle.
Yeah.
Attribute options.
Initiative style advantage. Gotcha.
Yeah, and it'll only show one number, but I hovered over it, and it's because it's actually taking the better number and just using that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You haven't
doubted
mastered
breathing in the past, bro. It knows better than to grant you
dude,
its power.
I blew it. I didn't click my character. I mean, it's fine. So sorry, Connor.
It's all good. Flint, add turn.
4.
Fury, add turn.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
It's okay. No, I'm just trying to figure out.
Give us all do-overs, please.
Nah.
Skulker fucking trips as he tries to take out his knife.
Mr. Bunny, safe.
And then he just goes, "Dad, this is for you." He just goes, "Oh, have that removed, Corporal." You know?
All right. So I'm putting one over here. This is not a foe on the right side of the screen. This is just their initiative counter.
Gotcha. Why can't you just use the big one?
Because if you kill it, then it'll disappear from the turn order, and I'll kill myself. Because you guys will take like 3 free rounds. I'll be like, wait, the bugs haven't gone in a while. And I mean bug, singular.
Yeah. I was about to say. I saw this come. As soon as you said you need another turn counter. Oh god.
No, as soon as he roared, fucked, dude.
He has no reason to roar towards us.
At least we almost made it, whereas if we attacked the first one we saw, it would have taken forever to get across this.
Yeah, now, I mean, we can just like...
Yeah, which brings me to my next question. Where's the door?
So,
there is no door.
The other end of the cavern kind of keep sprawling about in this fashion.
Oh, there's more of this?
Yes.
Oh, so you didn't fit it all in one page.
Yeah, so it's a lot to fit in one page, but you might be able to assume that this might be the portion of this cavern where you'll encounter combat.
All right, I'm breaking open the M&Ms again. Josh's.
Are those M&M? I was gonna say, are those
crispy? They're still crispy.
Are those M&Ms soaked in vodka or what? Like a rum ham?
No, where it's at is vodka Skittles.
Yes, dude. These things are tight.
That's where it's at.
What?
All right, Darrow, you're up.
That's
This
gross.
thing just slid back under the water. You see some of the other pools in the at the sound of this screech. You see some of the other murkier pools are beginning to like crash and like bubble about, sort of the same way that.
Okay. Seeing how when this thing emerged, how the pool of acid kind of spilled over the edge, and seeing that we need to continue to sneak along them, I'm going to use my action and cast Bless. Does Bless have a higher level effect? I can target one additional creature for a higher level. It's not worth it at this time. I'm going to cast it at first level, which means I get to target 3 creatures. I'm going to choose Skulker, myself, and Kiri, thinking that Flint and Skatha are tough enough to survive.
Excuse me? Just kidding, thank you.
I mean, you perpetually limit yourself by consuming a large quantity of alcohol, so, you know, it's only fair.
It's that protective holy water.
Now I'm just envisioning a priest.
And I'm going
fucking,
to, I'm assuming we're still moving in train, but since initiative order has happened now, I'm going to continue moving when where we're supposed to be going. So yeah, I go up there. And that is my turn.
Okay.
Scott,
Scott,
Nah.
you're up.
Yeah, I'm just moving up.
Oh shit, healing word's a bonus action. That's tight.
Yep.
I know, right? It's a big deal. Yo, I read about a combo. If I could get Healing Word, which I can't, I don't think it's on the wizard spell list, I could actually have my familiar cast it, so to speak.
That's pretty cool.
You can cast spells through your familiar, so you can cast touch spells through the familiar. If
Touch
your familiar is
only.
touching something.
Yes, but there aren't any particular touch spells that I've seen that would
Yeah,
fit character and be good.
Inflict wounds. Inflict wounds is fucking dope. There's also, instead of healing word, you can use,
Healing touch.
yes, that one. Let's see, I used bless.
Am I waiting for this bug to go? Because that's gonna like.
No, Connor's
Connor's
on the phone with his
boss
boss.
called him.
Oh,
8:19. Gets a call from boss. Never off the clock. Feels real bad, man.
Yeah, I didn't go to work today because I took today off to travel back from home for Easter, and my last Thursday, I also had Friday off. My last Thursday, my boss was like, "Yeah, so I need you to get this stuff done this weekend. That cool?" I said, "No, I don't have time for that." He said, "No, don't worry. You can work the weekend. Like, I put you on a waiver. It's like, no, I'm going home this weekend. He's like, oh, well, you can still work the weekend. I said, okay.
You didn't do anything, have you?
No, I didn't.
Attaboy.
Yeah, I can work the weekend, but I won't. It's
Yeah.
the weekend.
Yep, I did check my email today, though, and he actually didn't, like, hit me up with anything. Like, hey, did you do that thing? Or why didn't you do the thing? I just didn't get anything from him, so.
Nice.
Dude, I took today off too because I worked all day yesterday, and I avoided my work email like the plague. I did not look at that thing once. Fuck that, bro. I'll get to it tomorrow, bro. It's no problem.
Right, exactly. Yeah, the one bad thing about the area I work in is that people just work the amount of hours needed to get the things done, and that doesn't exactly flow with my mojo.
Yeah.
My mojo is I work 80 hours, and that's it. If you want me to work more than that, you're going to pay me more. So...
Dude, 80 hours? That's nuts, bro.
Not in a week, in 2 weeks.
Oh, shit.
Nah. Most I've worked is 102 weeks.
It's not bad. I mean, that's basically... My summer rough, dude. My summer is literally 6 to 8 every day, with 1 day off every 2 weeks.
What the fuck?
Yeah. That's like including the weekends too.
Yeah.
Do you get paid hourly, though?
No.
Oh.
Negative.
Negative
Negative
amount.
amount.
Now.
Well, I mean, because we run, like, I work for a nonprofit that's a summer camp, so our summer is the busiest time of the year.
Right.
So I mean, it's not like work, you know, like it's like chill, like, I mean, it's still like you know, it's still
You're doing your job. But...
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know,
You're
like,
available.
A lot of people.
It's not always
I mean,
intense. It's
yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, I'm just doing my job, but I get to hang out with people. You know, I'm like laughing a good portion of the day. You know, shit like that. So it doesn't feel like, you know, fucking.
You're not sitting
every day
at a desk,
right? Yeah,
punching on a keyboard
exactly
for that whole amount of time.
Exactly. And then they also feed me 3 meals a day during camp, so I don't have to feed myself. So that means like, and since I won't be able to really get off the mountain, I'm gonna be just saving literally every dime that I make, you know. So
I had a friend who worked for Philmont Scout Camp one summer, and he saved a lot of money from that because they paid him. He would eat meals, and he would go down to base camp every once in a while.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'll get off them maybe once or twice every 2 weeks, and then when I go down, it's like dinner and like a movie, you know, and then I go back. So it's nothing like, not like spending racks.
Right.
Yeah, you just spend it nice.
Spending what? Yeah, that's dangerous because online shopping does exist still. So. Actually, at this point, I think it's going to be hunting gear. I think I'm done buying knives for a while.
I don't believe you.
The only
have time to do stuff though, so it's not like you'll be spending a lot of
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, in the morning, my plan for the summer: get up at like 4:30, go to the gym until like 5:30, get back, shower, do the day, and like every other day, I'll get up at 4:30 and go shooting, or just like 5 when the sun's. I still got to get my 100 to 200 arrows in a day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Take rest hour maybe and just bang it out. Yo, I'm not tripping. A yard is 3 feet, right?
Yep.
You're not tripping. It is exactly 3 feet.
Alright, cool.
Oh, what?
So, Connor implied
fucking Christ. Alright, no.
He's
What
back.
did I imply? Sorry.
oh, there's the other pools have been.
Yes, I'll put marks on the ones that are,
Murky.
Activated.
yeah.
Disturbed.
Order 66 has been executed.
Those 3.
Dude, you know what this feels like right now? Everyone, tell me if I'm right. This feels like fucking Aliens right now. Like the
Well,
movie.
aliens, they had
Like the
acid
movie.
blood. They didn't live in pools of acid.
No, but I'm
But
just saying, like,
having aliens all around you and you gotta fight your way out of it, 100%.
Or like, you guys ever see Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman?
Yeah.
No, actually.
You know when
Huge turn into a werewolf. It's pretty good.
it's a sick movie. You know when he's Dracula's castle and like all of Dracula's children are like hanging from those pods and like all of them wake up at once?
Yep, you're just like, oh, we're surrounded. Ah.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah, Sean, if you haven't seen, not Sean, Josh, if you haven't seen Van Helsing, you should just check it out.
Okay.
Scaffa, did you move? I'm trying to remember where you were originally.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna restart my Discord real quick because my connection is really
I moved.
Alright. Okay.
Ye old on Kegith.
Alrighty.
Okay. You see now that there's like a small, like, sort of eaten away portion on the top of this thing's, what's it called? On the top of this thing's, like, crown, if you will. Where Scatha hit it with the acid before. And this thing, like, emerges from the water, and, like, while still, like, half its body is submerged, like, reaches out with one of these massive, like, claws, like, pincers? What's the best word for this? Like a long, sort of, like, bladed arm.
Pincer's close. Whatever you call those things that Scyther has is on point.
A scythe. Scyther has scythes.
Alright.
He does have scythes.
We'll just go with
pincer.
claws. Just
Yeah,
reaches
no.
out this one massive
Pincers has
claw,
claws.
and Scatha, I need you to defend yourself.
Alright.
On God.
So what am I rolling?
Just a defense roll.
Defense.
And where is the defense roll?
It should
In your
be
attack
right at the
box.
top of the, like, attack box and stuff.
Alright. Here we go.
Alright, so you see this, like, massive, like, claw start, like, coming down at Scatha, and he just, like, takes Dorth Urak off his back and just, like, bats it out of the way with his axe. He doesn't actually break the carapace, or, like, the blade or anything like that, but he does, knock the thing's attack away. Now, for the rest of these things. Let's see.
There's only
The
3.
smaller one here,
It's not
you
bad.
see one breaks out of this pool, and it looks to be about the size of a dog, or something like that, you could say. And slides into the pool.
I send my
Goes
bunny to
obscure.
attack.
What?
Nothing.
Joke.
Do you really want to have your familiar
No.
move that quickly?
No.
Alright.
You know when it dies forever, right?
Flint and Kiri,
Mhm.
defend yourselves, please.
I haven't gotten to do this yet. Fuck me.
So they're taking. So I think So this is an interesting point.
I think my roll is
I
weighted.
gave them bless. So bless.
Just gave Tyria bless.
When you're making an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, you may add a D4. Since this is a new feature that you are defending yourself actively, can they use that D4 to actively defend themselves?
Nice.
Definitely. Yeah. I like that. That works well.
Not that it really matters, because I rolled.
I was gonna say, in that one.
But you don't need to use it this minute.
Yeah.
You can. But I guess it makes
So
an actual
Flint,
one suck slightly
This
less.
thing kind of like comes scuttering over towards you, and like you see one like also like streaking behind you towards Kiri, and you sort of like, do you have your rapier out or preservation right now?
Preservation.
All right, so you sort of almost like kick this thing's like assault like out of the way. Kiri, this thing comes like clambering out of the pool, and like you're not prepared for how fast it comes at you, and it's gonna hit you for 6 bludgeoning damage. Actually, no, excuse me. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. It's gonna hit you for 3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Just like gets you right in the side of the leg with like its claws. It like comes a blow. All right, and Kiri, it is now your turn.
I will. Can I? Because I don't know how you run this. Can I scimitar this boy?
Yeah.
Both on hand and off hand. And this is not considered a humanoid creature, right?
Correct.
Okay. It's not favorite enemy.
Favorite enemy is just D&D. Just saying.
Favorite enemy as well.
Just racism in D&D.
It is. It's mechanical racism. It's racism that
Affirmative
benefits
action.
you.
Can I both on hand and off hand, or just one?
If
Oh,
you
yeah,
have
you can
two
offhand.
swords.
The only thing with the offhand attack is it won't add your strength or it won't add your dex mod. That's the only
Mhm.
difference.
But like, the question is that
But
I
yeah.
can roll both, right?
The bonus action is your offhand attack.
Yep.
All right.
So you own 2 scimitars, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's the only other thing.
Wait, but that
So you
offhand
kind
one-
of like get like 2 like glancing blows. You see the first one with your strong hand kind of like cuts like a little like rivet into the thing's like chitinous hide or like exoskeleton, but the second one kind of just like glances off. Flint, you're up.
Alright, so like after
Actually, I'm sorry, Kiri. Did you move or anything? I
No.
didn't mean to interrupt or like
I
skip.
did.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Flint, you're up.
Alright. I'm going to like I'm just shooting this thing directly in the head. Or like any part that's close to me. Not like calling my shot or anything. Just shooting
Alright.
it like
Yeah. All right. So you fire off, and like preservation like cracks and like rings throughout the caverns, and take off like a chunk of this thing's like one of its back legs, and it's now its movement speed is like lowered. I won't say halved, but it is definitely. You taking a second shot?
yeah, bro.
Hell yeah. Alright. And you see your second shot comes in and just, what's it called? You completely, like, severed the same leg that you just, shot at. Now this thing's movement speed is, like, half. These smaller ones are not the most durable ones. Skulker, you're up.
2 quick questions. One, that person figure. Did we say if that was a person?
Face down. Tough to really say.
Okay, it is a person. Second thing, do these things look like they have ear holes? Or like that they're perceptive with hearing?
Yeah.
Because I'd imagine being in a dark cave, like their eyes are not their main sense.
Make me a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah, see, it works. You just have faith.
So you see that there's how would this look? I know this is a thing. There's almost like holes on like its leg and its abdomen. And like you can't really be sure what they're for, but you can tell by the way it's approaching and stuff, and like the way it just acts, and the one you fought last time, like they do respond to sound. Like they will acknowledge when something makes a lot of noise. They're not completely deaf.
Okay. Okay, then I'm gonna move here. Yeah. And, for my action, I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion. As I'm gonna go with a sound, a loud, cackling of gnolls. Right around. Let's go with here. Near one of the larva piles, away from us, to try to distract.
You have a range of 30 feet.
Well then, shit.
First out of the Astus.
Then wait, I'm gonna cast this before I move. Ah, fuck. I'm still gonna try to cast it. Damn, I can't reach that one bit. Yeah, I'm gonna try to cast it behind all of them to get them all to look away from us. While shapeshifting. And then I move, then I end my turn because Minor Illusion cost me my action.
What's your spell save DC?
For Minor Illusion, shit, 12.
Alright, so the big guy actually does sort of turn his head to look at where you originated the sound from. The one attacking Kiri is pretty focused. Flint, the one attacking you, looks pretty like it like turns to look at the point of the sound. And the other one is underwater. Darren,
Oh yeah.
you're up.
Okay. New toy. I'm gonna throw out spiritual weapon. It's going to pop up. Draw shape right here. It looks like a blue skull that's on fire. It's going to attack that guy. That one. And let me see if there's a way I can put the spell card up.
Wait, shit, my mic's been like talking
Yep,
the whole time.
I was wondering.
What like weapon do you summon? It takes a shape that you shoot, right?
Yes, it is a skull that's wrapped in blue flames.
Alright. So Kiri, you
And
see
it headbutts people.
as this thing is like kind of like swatting at your legs and sort of like chittering and like, you know, bugging at you. I hate bugs, so I try not to describe them too much detail. Fuck out. Like the clacking of its pincers and like things like that, or its mandibles, I should say. And this sort of like blue mace just like coalesces like right next to this thing's head and just gives it a solid like whop, like just right like in the side of the dome, and clearly like, oh wow, that was too much. Clearly just like gives the thing a solid crack like right in the side of the head. It's still standing, but like definitely like a hefty blow. Scatha, you're up.
So obviously Scatha instinctively goes into a rage, and also he goes into a frenzy as well.
Oh shit!
And so he's not screwing around, and he's out of control basically, and he attacks the big ass bug right in front of him.
The distracted big ass bug.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can roll me. There'll be an advantage, so you can roll 4 attacks here. And the best 2 rolls we'll use.
All right, so that's 1.
Wait, guys, it's after this turn. It's after this turn that he gets attacked twice.
Why would it be after this turn?
On each of your attacks after this
after
turn.
this one.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Word. So, how do you, like, do you just, like, roar out, like your Dragonborn roar?
Basically, yeah.
Alright. So you guys have heard this noise from Scatha before, except it sounds, like, particularly, like, enraged, bloodthirsty. There's a certain degree of, like, savagery or, like, primal fury to this that, like, you haven't heard from Scatha before. And he, like, lashes out with his axe and cuts off the tip of one of its like metallic like claws almost with one of its right arm, so the one closer to Flint and Skulker, but that one will do less damage if it hits. He cuts through like the solid metal like claw or like whatever it is. Like, you haven't really been able to determine what material this thing's claw is made out of. So yeah. Slightly debilitated, but not like critically injured. Would you like to move or anything, like reposition, or are you standing your ground?
The monster's right in front of me, right? So I'm standing.
Yeah. All right. Hell yeah. So this thing now, like, clearly, like, has, or like, you have this thing's attention now, definitely. And it takes a swing at you again, Scatha. It seems like almost like the effort it puts into this blow, like, at first it seemed like it kind of underestimated you. Now it's really like hauling off and like swinging at you. Defend yourself. You can tell that like it's taken aback by what you just did to it.
Ew, he niced it. Or maybe he didn't.
Nah, he fucking niced it. The thing like comes back with like the same like sort of, these things swing in like large like overhead arcs kind of, or like they come in from above you, and like you kind of realize this trend having fought them, so you sort of like meet this thing's claw with like, it's the opposite claw, the one that you didn't damage. You just meet it with a giant uppercut of like a defensive like maneuver, and you totally like knock the thing's arm back, and you see like the second claw is now also like, the tips were like much finer than, like, they come to a fine point at the end, so like the tip of it is like much more brittle than the actual body of it. But you've now like done this, like the removing of like the end of this claw to both of these things' claws now, and lets out like another massive like rah! As it like starts to, like, you can tell it's starting to get like pissed off now, or like it's frustrated. This guy in the pool didn't look like he offered this much resistance. Face down guy.
Do I take any damage at all?
Nope, none.
All right.
Fucking noised it.
Nice, baby.
Noise.
So now it's time for the little ones. Darrow, defend yourself. Flint and Kiri, also, please.
Fucking finally, Jesus Christ.
We out here.
Alright, so Flint. This thing actually catches you with its mandible. You're going to take 3 piercing damage from getting bit in the leg by this thing. Kind of small, kind of like latches onto you with its like 2 like pincers. Kiri, you manage to, this thing like overextends its momentum when it's trying to when it's trying to attack you, and you manage to actually capitalize on this overextension. Make me an attack roll.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. So you see now this thing, like, you just lop off the same arm that it just tried like lashing out at you with. It's like, extended. You cut off one of its arms, like one of its like pincers, like at the shoulder, basically. Darrow,
Souvenir.
you catch the blow from this little one. Like you have a shield, correct? I'm not mistaken in that.
Maybe.
You have 18 armor class. I hope you have a shield.
You better have a fucking.
Checking equipment.
You definitely have a shield.
I get chainmail and a shield, right? 14 plus 2 plus 2.
Yes.
Word. Okay. So you catch this thing, like the blow, like really solidly in like the center of your shield. It doesn't throw your balance or anything, but you aren't able, like you don't defend well enough to actually capitalize and make like a riposte.
I do have a shield. I just found it.
You just gotta
Okay,
believe.
understood.
Kiri, you're up.
Alright. I'm just gonna take 2 swings at it. Continue with my
Go
scimitars.
for it.
I feel like it would be very useful to take out a bow.
Wait, just so I like, I'm a little confused. That offhand scimitar attack, it still says +6. Should it be +4?
It's to hit.
No, because it
Oh, it's
only the
damage.
damage gets applied to the
Gotcha.
attack. Word.
Oh yeah.
So your first blow like goes kind of wide, but your second strike comes in like low and fast, and like you catch the thing like right in like its neck basically, and it starts like sputtering about and like not dead but dying, like kind of thing. You basically like came in with a scimitar like right under its neck. Like you get the feeling that these little ones are a nuisance. Probably don't want to deal with them in large numbers, but in like a one-on-one fight, they're not much to really be trifled. Or I mean, they're not much to really like trifle yourself with. They're not a very large threat.
Choke on the blood. Little insect. I'll take 12 taking damage.
Coming up.
Side comment, I said choke on your own blood, you little insect. I don't take 12 taking damage. I'm not moving anything, so continue.
Alright, yeah, so this thing is basically like sputtering and dying at your feet. Flint, you're up. This thing is now like you shot its leg like completely off, and it's kind of like latched onto your leg in this last attempt to sort of like attack you. Not like last. I don't know. I have no idea what the longevity of this thing will be. You guys could start rolling like shit from here on out. This could be the boss for all we know. But yeah, what would you like to do? The thing is latched onto your legs. You might want to be careful for putting a bullet in it.
I'm aiming for like. I'm not gonna shoot like right by my leg. I mean, it's what you said. It's big as a dog.
Yeah.
Dude, if it's as big as a dog, I can clearly shoot its abdomen. Fine. From point blank range.
Are you just gonna put the muzzle of preservation on this thing's forehead?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do. Bye bye birdie. I
mean, it's not quite high enough for a coup de grace.
Well, if you're putting the muzzle, if you're resting it point blank on the thing's forehead and pulling the trigger, you like Gallagher with a watermelon. Like this thing's head just like explodes in like this green sort of mist. But you do take 2 acid damage just from being sprayed with like the guts and blood and like inner workings of this thing.
That's fine. And I'm gonna take my bonus action to do that.
Word.
Nice.
So like I imagine that thing, like I blow his head off, I like spin preservation and just like reload like as I'm spinning it because I'm swift, dude. I'm nimble.
Jack be nimble.
You said I take 2 damage, Con?
Yeah. Alright, Skulker, you're up.
I attempt to hex this one in front of me.
What saving throw? Charisma?
It's not a saving throw, but it's one of the spells we talked about. I don't know if...
You attempt to hex it?
Yeah.
Do you have hex as a spell?
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought you changed your spells.
Oh, and okay, you didn't tell me if that was just changed or...
Yeah, nah, it'll just be easier to do it this way.
Okay. Never mind then. Alright, in that case, yeah, I'm just gonna hit it point blank with a rapier. Damn.
Yeah, the thing's hide is just like so thick, it like bounces off. Like these plates are even bigger than the ones you guys have been carrying around.
With 18 Cs.
Oh god, when did that one get next to me? Fuck.
You defended yourself last turn. What do you mean?
I thought I was against the big boy.
Oh.
Nah,
no.
I was a little guy.
Then I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage and move away to here.
Okay. Darrow, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to action mace the big one. And let's see what that does. And bonus action spiritual weapon the one that the spiritual weapon is hovering over.
So you catch the one in front of you, like you bounce it off your shield, and like you just bring your mace around and give like a solid blow, like right into like the shoulder, and you hear like the crunching of the carapace as you like sink your mace into this thing. The spiritual weapon is not able to find its mark. Kind of bounces off the thing's shell, even though it's dying with like a dull like thunk that like kind of just didn't really meet the mark.
Gotcha. Yeah, I can't exactly see it clearly, so I'm just saying attack. It's not really doing its thing. And that's it.
Alright. Scaffa, you're up.
Well, obviously, Scatha is in deep rage and frenzy, and is just focused on that big ass bug right in front of him and just attacking.
Alright.
Oh my god.
Baby!
Let's go, bro.
So you see Scatha, like, he, in like this sort of like frenzy that he's like worked himself into, you can see like even in his eyes, like Scatha isn't really entirely there. He's like fury embodied in a black dragonborn with wings. Like there's just like this otherworldly almost like rage about him as he takes like 2 deft strikes. The first one, he comes across his body in like an upward arc and kind of like comes down on the thing's arm and like catches it like right at the joint kind of, and you hear like the cracking of like this chitin as it like the axe sinks itself into its arm, and then he just rears back like with inhuman speed for another blow and just severs the thing's arm clean off, and like a torrent of acid erupts and shoots into this pool over here behind you guys. Neither of you like take damage, but you just see like green shit comes like spraying out from the wound of this of this bug. You like completely hobble the thing too. Like it's like, as far as its offense goes, it's like definitely like hurt and not, it's like half as much of a threat, I guess.
Attaboy.
Now it's the Onkeg's turn. It is enraged. It's not even trying to hit you with its claw, it's just going to bite you, Scatha. And you see this thing's like sort of like mandibles are just like clacking together as it's like coming closer and closer to you, and you see that there's this like acid sort of like dripping out from its mandibles as it like leans in towards you. It's gonna go recklessly on you, which basically just means that it's going to give itself advantage, and anyone who wants to attack it will also have advantage. So it's like foregoing its own safety in an attempt to be more dangerous.
Melee or any attack?
If I'm not mistaken, it's just attack rolls against the creature.
Meaning
So it's not
attacks?
like you're not
spell
getting
attacks,
advantage.
arrow
Oh
attacks.
yeah, I guess spells.
Like bow attacks, spell attacks.
Yeah, attack rolls. I get that, but yeah, just making sure it applies to spells.
So I need you to, Scatha, roll a defense roll, but with disadvantage.
Okay.
Because it has advantage, so like...
Yep.
Okay.
Yuck.
Oh, bother.
Didn't leave on a spot of bother. Really? What did you do this?
So this thing crunches like its mandibles that keep like coming in closer, like clacking together at you, and they actually manage to like, the thing like lunges at you, and it's tough to evade because of how massive this thing is, and it comes down, it actually manages to catch your off, like Scatha right-handed?
Yes.
Catches your left arm in its mandibles and like really kind of like sinks down, and you take 5 piercing damage and 1 acid damage, because rage gives you resistance to bludgeoning piercing. He also has acid resistance, in case anyone's curious why he's down.
Okie dokie.
So that's
Down to 28 hit points now.
all right. And it is the little one's turn.
Wait, we're saying this thing has piercing, bludgeoning, acid resistance?
No, Scatha does.
Okay. Why am I trying to poke it with rapier? Oh, okay.
Kiri,
See.
defend yourself with advantage. As this thing makes one last dying like attempt to like sort of lash out at you. Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
You don't even kill it
Yeah,
with your
nah.
blade. You literally just like with your head, or with your head. Wow, with your boot, kind of just like cave this thing's head in as it's like writhing about on the ground, lashing out at you.
Nah, dude, with her head, she Jack Bowers.
You headbutt the thing on the floor.
It's carpet, so might hurt. But I do have like talon claws on my feet, so I don't have boots.
You stomp on it and then crunch with your foot hand.
Yeah.
Crunch its head in.
And it's at this point that you hear a noise coming from the cavern you just came from, or like the tunnel that you just came from.
Great! Another one!
Like a second Ankeg seems to have been attracted by like the noise, like the commotion that's happening. Or it could just be coming back home to find out there's like a squad like fucking up, you know, like husband or like his wife or like, I don't know, maybe his husband or wife, I don't know. You know what?
Mate?
Nah.
Just go with
Yeah,
me.
mate, yes. How are you? So this one's dead.
Just say they're like seahorses.
What, they reproduce asexually?
No, seahorses choose their gender.
Same.
They sword fight with their dicks, and the loser has to become the female.
Darrow, defend yourself, please.
I do so against the small one. Okay.
Yeah, little guy.
I am rolling an extra d4 for that.
Yeah.
There you go. Alright, so again, you manage to, like, your shield, you just, like, the thing is small enough where you can just interpose the shield between it and you, and, like, you're pretty set. So, you manage to just catch, like, another assault from this thing on your shield as it, like, lunges up against. Kiri, you're up. Unless Darrow would like to make a move. Sorry. Like,
That's not my turn.
oh, wait, it's not your turn. Fuck. Sorry.
I mean,
My
I
mind is scattered at the moment.
Do I get legendary actions? What?
Yes. No.
some of us.
Levistus. Kiri, you're up.
I just
I'm
like turn
gonna-
back to Kiri and I go like, looks like we got our work cut out for us. As I like nod to the big one.
The other big one, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like
You
this-
should probably run this way, and we could just run away further into the hole and out of here.
Yeah, I feel like the longer we stay here, the more we're gonna disturb
Yeah,
the
it's-
nest at this point.
We should probably try to kill this big one though. On the way out.
So I'm gonna take out my longbow at this point and just take a shot at the big one.
With advantage.
That's true.
The one that's on Scatha?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the big one.
Wait, why did she get advantage?
Because it,
reckless.
because it went reckless.
Ew.
This thing is like latched on to Scatha right now, like biting his arm. What's it called? That definitely hits though. Your arrow, I don't know if you wanted to bonus action Hunter's Mark since you can
Yes.
only make one bow attack. Okay. So your arrow, like, Hunter's Mark,
Yeah.
D6. Okay. So your arrow finds its way under the plate of like one of the plates of chitin and like sinks its way into this thing on like its upper back, and it's sort of like you can tell it almost lets out like a how would a bug like groan?
The same way it
Like like a lower pitch, not like a cry, but more of like a distressed like.
With a hint of a gurgle.
And some jaw tapping.
some clattering.
I'll go search YouTube real quick, Connor.
What?
Bro, don't. If you come up with a video of bug like screaming in pain, that's gonna give me nightmares, bro. I listen to horror podcasts to fall asleep.
Don't worry. I'd rather kill myself. I would literally never do that. Fuck any video involving bugs.
Fucking Josh said he was. Yo, scumbag. That deck.
Damn. Did I turn on friendly fire? No. Oh, alright. Sorry about that, Josh. Flint, you're up.
All right, so I'm gonna move. And I'm gonna attempt to double tap this foe.
All right. Yeah, the first one hits. Okay. You get 2 solid shots, and like the thing like definitely still alive, but you sink like both the shots into like soft parts on like the underside of the Ankeg that are still like just above the water, so they're not really like too easy to hit from a like a melee attack, but with like a good shot at range, like you're able to clip this thing in like its soft underbelly 2 times. And you can tell by like just the force of the fluid that comes flying out that you hit something pretty crucial to the inner workings of this bug. Or like made a sizable dent in it, to say the very least. I don't know if you want more sound effects. I can make them.
No, that we're Gucci. But
All right. Skoker.
You need to get one of those sound effect boards that those crappy radio shows
I'm gonna move in and attack Big Boy here. With advantage. And trigger sneak attack.
How do you do it? It's latched onto Skulker's arm.
Did you kill it?
You mean Scatha's arm?
Yes, sorry, Scatha. It's the S names.
I try to follow up on the area that Flint just hit.
Alright, so you see Skulker leans in like uncomfortably close to this thing's reach. And like, luckily it's got the one arm and it's kind of like preoccupied, like keeping itself balanced and still biting on to Scatha, who's like a fucking bronco, like trying to hold on to.
This doesn't help your narrative, but I have a +6 in acrobatics.
And you see Skulker kind of tries to do like a stick, like slide in to like sort of like cuts his knee and takes 1 slashing damage as he cuts his leg on the rock, but he comes under and like takes like a lazy slide and just like pierces the thing like directly in the seam between its neck and its head, or like its torso and its head. I guess that'd be what? Its thorax and its head, right? I don't
Sure.
know. Fuck bugs. Yeah. You basically come in with like a really well-placed blow and you cut your knee on the rocks, trying to be flashy. But
I'll take 5 fucking acid damage if the flashy works.
mean. The thing falls and starts like sort of like sputter and die on the ground. Like Scatha, you feel its grip on your arm loosen and it's now like convulsing and sort of like thrashing about like in front of you. Darrow, you're up. Yeah.
Sorry, my mic was up. Is the big guy dead, or is he on his last leg?
Dying, not dead.
Okay. Bonus action, I can move my spiritual weapon up to 20 feet. So I'll move him up. And do I still get advantage on attacks against it?
Yeah, it's not the start of its next turn yet, so you would still have
Okay.
advantage.
That's going to be bonus action attack, advantage, spiritual weapon on Giant McCrunchy Face.
McCrunchy face, and you crunch its face.
Nice.
It
I'm
is
going
dead.
to
You like
turn.
come in and like splotch one of its eyes like into its head, and like the impact sort of just like the thing just lies, and like an occasional like twitter or like jerk, but like
Twitter. I don't even
It's you can kind of tell that the muscle movements now are post-mortem muscle electrical spasms.
Yes, that was the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Yeah. I've seen that before. And I'm going to do like a bump with my shield to push this thing back a bit, and then reach over with the shield with my mace and just crack it on the head.
Little guy.
Yeah. It wasn't advantage, but the first one was still hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, you splinter the fucking thing. Like, just crack it right in the face, and it what's it called? Comes like crumbling to the ground. Like, you just cave its skull in basically with the mace. Seems to be
If
like
only
the
there was
signature
bounties
move.
on these. We should get moving, like now. And I go out this way, back towards the exit.
All right, you're gonna like call for everyone to make a run for it.
Yep, I'm taking my movement and moving that way.
All right. Scaffa, how do you react? You got one coming up on you, and what's it called? One coming up on you, one lying dead at feet.
Well, Scott is in a frenzy, bro. He's in that bloodlust, and
That's true.
Yeah.
He just needs the next body on the pile. Right?
He's looking for the closest thing to destroy. So, which is the closest one to him?
There's only the big one.
The one coming in the south side of the.
Yeah,
So
so
still a little ways away.
yeah, that's so. I mean, can Scotha see the other creature or no?
Yeah.
Well, I think he's going to run in his frenzy. He's going to run right towards it, bro.
All right. Let's see. And then you can actually use your action to dash, get even further. How does it? Is it snap to edge or snap to corner? Which one's the right one to use?
I usually do center.
So right here.
Center. Oh my god, mouse, please, I beg of you. Ah, it's actually perfect right there. And you see now that like all of these like piles that are littered about the room are just like eggs, like different stages of development. It was the Onkeg's turn, and it rushes to meet you, Scatha. Seems eager to make your acquaintance. 30. Okay. So it lumbers over to you, like barely needing to like trouble itself with the pools and stuff on the ground. And I need you to defend yourself.
At advantage or?
No, just
Normal.
Just normal. All right. So you go to meet this thing like halfway through its like overarching stride, but it comes down with like a decent amount of force, and you're actually going to take 3 bludgeoning damage from sort of like it catches you like on the arm as you go to like lift your axe to parry this blow.
Okay, down to 25.
And let's see. Yes, that is all right, and that's his turn. Kiri, you're up.
I'm just gonna take a arrow at it.
All right.
Yes.
Ooh. So you see Scatha from overhead, an arrow just comes whizzing into view and just like buries itself in one of the eyes of this thing. Like blood or like this weird like green goop comes like shooting out, and the thing like lets out like a cry of pain, and you can see that like these things I'm mistaken. Looking at this picture, this thing only has 2 eyes, so it's now just completely blind in one of its eyes. Not to mention like it's a serious blow also to be dealt.
Nice shit.
Okay.
Hunter's mark.
Yeah.
It looks
no,
to
I
have
added
4
the,
eyes, actually, Connor.
Does it?
Looks to. 2 on the side, and then, like, the 2 that are, like, almost at the
Oh yeah, the 2
foreground
center
and the middle.
ones.
Yeah.
Those were like nostrils for a second.
But you still have no.
It's got front-facing and side-facing eyes.
All right. Well, you get one of the bigger eyes,
Sick.
the larger one for its like peripheral vision.
Which side is blind?
You
It
pick.
would be its right side, right? Because it's facing Scatha and it got shot at from its right.
Yeah, works for me. Sound good to you?
Sure.
Cool. All right. Flint, you're up.
All right. Go here. I'm going to expend a grit point and use this. Then I'm going to. Oh wait. Yeah. Hold on.
Nope. Didn't mean to do that.
So due to Elven activity, whenever John tap
Yeah.
roll, I can
get free.
re-roll one of the dice once. So okay, pop this bad boy. Oops. Let me roll that again. 17, and then 14.
All right. So you do manage to catch it like right in like its like center mass, sort of. Not really the most like descriptive shot I have, I guess, but you catch the thing like right in like a gap in its plating.
Gotcha. I gotcha. I guess. Wait, can I re-roll the second 14?
Hmm?
Can I re-roll the 4? Oh no, never mind. That wasn't the advantage shot. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, I'm done.
Or up. Skulker, you're up.
I'm gonna move in toward the ranged group and attack it with firebolt. Oh shit! Forgot to. Yeah, no, it should have been normal. So
So you nat one.
nat
nat.
one. I'm
So
rusty.
I'm getting clipped. Is what's happening.
Or Scoth is getting clipped, but it's fire. He'll be fine.
Why do you say that? He's acid.
Yeah, I know. I realized that after I said it.
You just go wide in an incredibly embarrassing fashion. No one in the party catches the blow.
Sounds like Jedron trying to shoot it.
I'll get in the token alert him. So like you aim, like Skulker like sticks his hand out this way to shoot, and the fireball just like flies off like from his palm, just at a completely like right angle into the wall, to the right of him. You a thorough miss.
Alright, a little different for Eldritch Blast.
Darrow, you're up.
I'm going to look around behind me, realize that people went in the opposite direction that I told them to, and go, oh, come on! And I guess take my movement back. I guess I'd end up like here. And what's the range of this fuck? What's the range of this spell? That doesn't equate. Fuck. What can I do? That won't work. I don't have anything that works at this range, so I guess I'll action dash. Yeah. What the fuck, guys? Told you to just run.
Party's just like, nah. Not at all.
Clearly.
I don't run around.
Oh, bonus
I
action.
told you
I'll
all to
move
be
my
stealthy.
spiritual weapon.
Okay.
I respond to Daryl. I told you to be stealthy.
Yeah. I tried. I'm not good at that. I mean, I usually am good at that, but there's usually a lot more things to hide behind.
Scatha, you're up.
Well, Scott is still in the and hacking away.
Understatement.
So you come in with your axe on the side where, like, the eye has already been blinded, and you, like, cut off, like, a chunk of this thing's face. And with, like, the same momentum, like, your axe hits, like, the opposite end of its arc and immediately just, like, redirects itself and comes, like, slashing back across the thing's face. And you actually cut both of its front eyes. This thing is now mostly blinded. It has one peripheral eye left on the left side of its head. And it's like blood and, like, oozing, like, this weird acidy goop you see, like, from its face. It's not dead yet.
Okay.
Alright. In a rage, the thing is gonna... The sound effect kind of fucks with my throat a little bit, so...
We've
you wouldn't
heard
mind
it.
indulging me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lets out another screech and begins barreling its way towards Flint. Flint,
Do I need to defend myself?
I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
Jesus.
Does he still have blessing? Or did
I don't
give
think
it?
I blessed Flint.
You didn't bless me.
Okay.
I blessed you. If you never used your blessing, you still have it.
I haven't needed it, but yes.
I've used mine and Kira used hers.
Oof.
Not nice.
Okay. This Ankeg comes barreling over towards the direction of the arrow and the bullet, just in, like, a blind fury, like, clearly, like, has given up going toe-to-toe with Scatha. Maybe he considers him too much of a threat, and just comes... Hold on. I need to measure out its distance exactly real quick. Alright, 30 feet to the edge of the pool.
Opportunity attack.
Yeah, Scatha would get
No, he's not. I
a
don't
Yes.
blow at it.
You would. Scatha, this thing is gonna go running away from you. I need you to make an attack against it.
At advantage or normal?
Just normal.
And a single attack.
Okay.
Not that you know it matters from you.
So it'll, like, the blow kind of, like, goes, like, skitching across the carapace as this thing, like, takes off like a fucking elephant. And, Flint,
Yeah.
this thing comes, like, barreling down on you, and, like, you're kind of not ready for, like, it seemed preoccupied with Scatha, and then
Right.
Scatha cut open its face, and now all of a sudden it's like, fuck Flint.
Okay. Fair.
You
One of
go
those days.
barreling backwards into the pool of acid behind you.
Okay. Do I take that 22 points of damage?
Oh no, that's the thing's strength.
Oh, dude. I was dead if I took that 22.
22 points of damage. And Flint, I need you to re-roll for your next move. Nah.
There's a reroll for your next character.
Alright, so I'm in this pool, you say?
So you get knocked into this pool and you take 3 points of acid damage. Like, you go under the surface and you can feel it stinging at, like, your face and in your nostrils and ears, and, like, anywhere where your skin is exposed, you start to feel this, like, stinging.
Alright. Okay, I have a very vital question to the continuance of this game.
What?
Where is my hat?
Not on your head.
Fuck! Okay.
You don't really want to open your eyes. It's tough to see.
Right. Okay.
Kiri, you're up. You see this thing just come like a bulldozer and just knock Flint into the pool of acid.
Do I hang on to preservation?
Yes.
Don't you
Gonna-
think Flint's like gut reaction of him losing his balance, knowing he's going backwards, is one hand on his gun and the other hand on his hat?
I think maybe one hand trying
No.
to break his fall.
Yeah, definitely holding onto my gun, but like the hat, because if I saw it coming, it would be my reaction to hold onto my hat. But I didn't really see it coming, so I didn't have time.
I'm gonna retaliate
Gotcha.
with
How about
that
this?
one,
If you had a choice between holding onto your hat or holding onto your gun, which
Dude,
one would you have held onto?
Fuck. You can't make a man choose between his gun and his hat, bro.
I just did.
Oh my god.
I think the gun wins out, though, right?
Yeah, the gun wins out,
Okay.
dude. But now
Yeah.
I feel bad, bro.
Don't worry. It's here somewhere. Object permanence and such.
I'm using my fucking action.
Here, you're up. You're using your action to find your hat.
though. I'm gonna
Yeah, you
retaliate
surge
with
action.
the bow. Yikes. I am shook.
Yeah, this thing actually being this close to you is a little more than bargained for. You kind of go wide and like intimidation, or like I don't know, out of like shock, it like throws your aim. Would you like to move at all? If you move, if you leave its range, it's going to get an opportunity attack against you. But if you stay, you'll be right next to it, but it won't get an attack against you.
I feel like I would dash backwards. I would take it to the air and dash across the pool. Yawnsville.
Okay. I need you to defend yourself on your way out.
Yeah. Nope. Fucking knock me out of the air, please.
It sort of glances your wing as you take off. It seems like it wasn't ready for you to take to the air so quickly. So it catches the tip of your wing and it kind of hurts a little bit. You might have bruised like, the tissue there or something, but you're okay. You managed to escape its reach. Flint, you're up. Your nostrils are burning.
So
What do you
I surf it. Does that take an action or?
Yeah, if you're gonna look for your hat, it's gonna take.
No, I meant I surf it.
Surface.
Oh,
Yeah.
you surface. Nah, that's just what's it
Natural. Yeah. Preservation.
It'll,
Self-preservation.
getting up from prone costs half movement, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah. So you have 15 feet of movement left, but you.
All right. So
To get half movement through a material you're not good at.
all right. So it's been 12 seconds since I got hit in the pool, correct?
I think it's 6 seconds per round.
it's
not
been
6
6
seconds per
seconds.
turn.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been 6 seconds.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I use my action to look for my hat.
Roll me investigation.
All right. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Dude. Do you understand, bro? That this is for Hildy right here, dude?
Oof, the acid.
Fuck me, bro.
The acid really just like obscures your view of the bottom. You're not sure, like it caught you, like your head is kind of swimming. You're not sure which way your hat would have flown off in.
Damn it.
You're gonna take another 5 points of acid damage also because you're like rooting around.
Alright.
Oh shit, you're looking for the hat there, not where you flew away.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Flint's
Dude,
like,
I
I
will
will die.
I will die before I let this hat go, bro. Alright. Actually, I use my bonus action. Actually, no, I don't. Never mind.
I use my bonus action to look for the hat.
I was gonna say I use my bonus action, but I'm not worried about that at the moment.
Are you gonna move at all?
Wait, your
Still have
bonus
5
action
feet of
to look for the
movement.
hat too.
What'd you say, Connor?
Bonus action to look for the hat.
Can I?
Do you want to?
I mean, yes, dude, I want to. Is that a question?
All right. I mean, it'll cost you another 3 points of acid damage, but you can roll me. I feel like bonus action investigating something is like a quicker, like more cursory
Disadvantage.
investigation. Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Alright.
I don't want to just randomly throw disadvantage at you without a reason, though. So try and give context first.
Fuck!
Yeah, dude, this
you
shit just
are
stings.
in pain.
You're panicked and like, you know, you're looking and like this hat means everything to you almost as much as your gun, and you're not looking good. Or like it's not looking good. You can't seem to find it like in the
Yeah,
area.
but I can still move. I just
You have
actually-
5 feet. You have 5 feet of movement.
Why do I have 5? I thought I had 15.
You're trying to swim.
It's like where he's at, it's like he's in like above his knees but below his waist type water.
So do I have 15?
Oh, so you can walk. Okay.
Yeah, so it would be 15.
Yeah.
Is Flint balding? Is that why he likes the hat?
No, that's not why he
Are
Bro,
you sure?
I'm an
dude? I
elf,
can see your head
dude.
right now.
I'm literally 225 years old. I'm like a quarter of the way through. I'm basically 15 years old, dude, or 20.
I can donate some hair if you need it.
Alright. Sculptor,
Connor, just
you're
because
up.
you started balding at 20 doesn't mean I'll start balding.
Balding?
Connor.
There's not a bald spot on me.
I said Connor!
Ah, he said
Oh.
me.
Oh damn, insulting the DM. Oh man, that
Yeah,
happened.
you really want to reroll your
Gun
character.
in my hat! Fuck the DM, bro! You suck on my nuts!
Alright. Skulker looks a little perplexed, but doesn't slow down. I move in, still in Swift Stride form, to try to, like, cordon him somewhere to keep him from attacking the ranged people. And yeah, I just go to hit him with my rapier and try to try to keep him in place while Flint figures out. Like, I guess part of Skulker assumes, like, did the acid get in his eyes? Like, what?
Oh, did you ask me a question like...
No.
Oh.
That's just internal dialogue. Like, did the acid get in his no place? Like, what? Whatever. But I'll keep him in place. Especially after seeing him charge straight for Flint, like putting more obstacles between it and what it wants to attack. Oh, and you know what? Add that blessing.
17 to hit. Nice.
Alright. So you catch the thing, like, right in, like, the cheek, and, like, you sort of, like, cripple one of its mandibles. So, like, I can't make a sound effect for that, because, like, what's the effect of, like, one hand clapping? You know, like...
I mean, you can make... I don't know how to do it, but one hand clap. It's like
Yeah.
a dead chicken.
So yeah, this thing's mandible kind of like loosely flops, like you catch it like right in like the crease between like the thing's cheek and like where the mandible starts.
Okay.
Darrow.
Also, 2 damage if it moves.
Yes, me. How bad is this thing looking?
Ain't winning no beauty pageant, that's for sure. Kill me.
It's looking like about 38% as good as it was when it walked in here.
Okay, so yeah, it's definitely a little bit worse than bloodied. Did I use I did use my potion of healing already. Shit. I don't like how Flint looks. Not to say that you don't look good without your hat. I'm just Okay, I'm going to, shit, if I do that, then I can't. Yeah, I'm not liking how he's looking, taking all that damage from acid. So I'm going to bonus action healing word on Flint, and comfort him saying, don't worry, you look totally normal without the hat, too.
That's not the fucking point. But thank you for the heals.
That's going to be, yeah, let's do level 1.
Yes, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
And, as my action, cantrip Toll the Dead.
Ooh.
Where is a cantrips? There it is. They must make a wisdom saving throw against my 13.
Or take 1d12.
Correct.
Assuming it's missing hit points, which I hope is a valid assumption right now.
Connor said that he's sitting at a solid 38% life.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear that confirmation number.
What's the DC again?
13.
Yeah, nah. Roll me the damage so we give how much it does.
Wait, Connor, did you even DC or what?
Oh, he had a 7.
Oh.
Ooh, that's almost
Dang!
Damn. So you hear like a resonating, like, what does your Toll the Dead sound like? It's just a bell, like a gong, like a church bell,
like a church bell, but it's not like a oh, come to supper church bell. It's like everything's on fire. Holy shit!
Fire.
Dong, da, dong, da, dong, da, dong.
Fire in the wood bell.
Yep.
No one's gonna get that reference, but it's fine.
You hear the thing, like, you're definitely aware of the fact that they were, because thing like almost shudders, like your spell like courses through. It is still alive.
Okay, I didn't expect to kill it with that, but
Scatha, you were up.
Well, obviously Scott, the bloodlust is on him, and he's just gonna freak attack this thing he's got left.
Just hacking
away.
Right. So you take this thing's like 2 back legs on the left side completely off with like 2 like hoof hoof like strikes, and like the thing sort of like you hear the belly hitting the ground as like it just loses like what, it's got 6 legs, so it loses a third of its legs, which fucking hits the ground. And like there's like blood like spraying out, and it's got that weird same gooey like thing to it, and it is like not looking good. This thing is on literally its last legs. Punter.
literally on its last legs. It took me a second to get that one.
That's what I'm here for.
Alright.
Sculptor, could you make me a strength saving throw, please?
Not a defense throw, a strength saving throw.
Yes, please.
Damn. I was so ready for a defense throw. Middle of the road. Fuck.
Being in your form, do you get anything from...
Not in...
Oh, Jesus.
Shit, bro.
Not in this form. If I were a different type of shifter, yes.
Alright. Skulker. This thing just, with its last attempt of half movement life, just like rolls over you and like starts carrying, like dragging you with it into the pool of acid.
So you're saying he was gonna yeet him.
I was waiting for that too, but this works better for me.
This would work. This is like loser. It's now like neck height, but you're under this thing, so you're actually submerged.
Here's the thing. If it's gonna end its turn there, that last bit. But it sounds like you're saying this is a situation that I can't just do that.
When an enemy ends its... You'd only get 5 feet away, because like now that you're like neck deep in water, it's difficult terrain, but you could still do that.
Oh, okay.
You're a squirmy motherfucker.
Yeah. I mean...
You're gonna take 4 acid damage from...
Temporary hit points gone. 5 movement.
I like scream. I'm like, Skulker, you see my hat?
I give him that, like, you're serious? Sort of glare.
Oh, I'm deadly serious. Tell me if you see my hat.
I'll feel around for it.
Kiri, you're up.
I'm gonna continue to do my thing and fire arrows at this thing that just threw both of my freaking friends in the acid. Nope, still shook.
Yeah, kind of like because it's starting to slither in water, sort like, you know, you hit the surface of the water, you can't really tell velocity drops or if it's just a misplaced shot, but yeah. Are you flying anywhere else?
No, I'm staying right here.
Okay. Flynn, you're up.
Alright. Flynn is obviously very distressed about the fact that he doesn't have his hat, but there's like gets like a voice like in the back of his head, and it's kind of just like focus on the task at hand. So he like grits his teeth and buckles down, and he's gonna end this whole man's career, bro. Alright. So first thing, I'm expending a grip point, and I'm using deadly shot. Or Deadeye shot. So I get advantage. Going over here. And then I'm not. Advantage. Roll the 17. Then shoot again. I crit. Then I use action surge. Shooting again. I don't. Did I shoot again? It like froze on
You
my
shot twice.
It didn't come up.
Okay, there we
Oh,
go.
now you have 4.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's all my 4 shots there, bro. Actually, no, I can't. I can only shoot twice because I have to reload. Feels bad. Oh wait, I can use a bonus. Okay, I only shoot.
You can
one
bonus
of those
action
shots.
reload.
Yeah, I bonus action reload. So only the 24. Disregard the 21.
Wait.
So
The 17 is your action. The 27 is your bonus action?
No, yeah, 27 is my bonus action, and then I action surge in between after that.
Killing it is my bonus action.
And then I shoot a 24. Or no, then I reload, and then I shoot 24.
What turn is this?
The action surge?
I'm checking that right now.
I think it only gives you an additional action, so you couldn't actually.
You couldn't take.
It
4
doesn't give
shots.
you like
You
a
at
that
most get
bonus
3.
action in action. It's just
So by the fact that you need to reload, you can only take 2.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, the 17 and 27.
Well, I mean, you fucking blow the thing's brains out. Like the 17 probably would have left it sputtering and dying, and then the 27 just like, yeah, like you end the thing without question. Like no, like not even really any time for it to be lying there dying. It's just like dead with like one occasional like twitch or something like that. And like as this last shot from preservation rings out, there's like an eerie silence that settles the cabins.
And then I go, I need to find my fucking hat. Do I make an investigation check?
I will aid him.
I'm right here. I guess I'll help him too.
I have proficiency in investigation, so I can aid him and give you advantage if you wish.
First things first. Skulker, are you staying in the acid, or are you getting out?
I'll probably spend like one attempt at helping or searching for the hat.
All right, roll me investigation, and you will take 6 acid damage for rummaging around. Nah, shit's murky.
I'm not really trying. I'm kind of like, is he fucking serious? And then.
Oh my god, dude, hat's not coming.
Okay, hold on. I'm casting this. Are we out of combat?
Are you just going to sift through the whole pool?
At this rate, probably.
Flint, do you get back in the water to make that 10?
No, I guess I was doing that from the shore, I guess, to see if I could see it from the shore. And then if I rolled well, I was gonna dive the fuck in, bro. Alright, so let's say
Skulker, roll me 2d12. Alright.
Second try. Come on. Second try. Found it. Fucking found it.
Oh no, I'm just multiplying by 5 to figure out how many minutes it took you to do it. Would have been a max of 2 hours.
Yeah.
Rolling high was bad? Why did... I wouldn't have breathed! I would have breathed incorrectly if I'd known this!
When he tells you a weird number to roll, it's usually the amount of time.
Yeah.
That's fucking
D12
fun,
is usually
dude.
my giveaway, because it's good for hours and things like that, because...
Yeah.
It's 5 multiplier. Yeah. So it takes you, like, about an hour and, like, 40 minutes to change, during which you all have an uneventful stay in this part of the cavern.
Yeah, short
rest.
Are there no more enemies in this cavern?
There are no more enemies present in this cavern.
So Dad gets exhaustion 1, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm coming down.
Alright. So
But if
Scaffa,
there were
like...
yeah, that's fine. If there were no more enemies, I would have been logic rummaging around the acid to look for the damn hat.
Oh.
But that's
All right.
fine. I was still in a frenzy.
Yeah, you need some time to come back down.
Yeah.
Right.
So exhaustion 1 is just disadvantage on ability checks, which is what's it called?
Like investigation.
Yeah, I was gonna say
acrobatics.
it's all the things that are like so like athletics or like acrobatics, like any of those would have disadvantage. But yeah, it takes you like an hour and 40 minutes and change. Anyone who hit die during this time can what's it called?
Anyone who regains spell slots and a short rest may do so.
What are we rolling for? I'm sorry.
Health.
If you lost health, we're taking a short rest, so you may roll hit die to regain health.
For my health. Yay, I spent 1.
And you can add your Constitution modifier to that also.
Oh, to the hit
I
die?
spent less than 1.
Mhm.
Wait, do I get the short rest? Because I just spent all of that time searching for it.
Yeah, I'm thinking that you might not.
You probably wouldn't if you're actively like keeping magic going the whole time.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be fine. Flavor
But-
text. I was probably talking to my bunny. Occasionally.
So you see, like, everyone sort of, like, takes a minute to compose themselves, like, Skulker's talking to this fucking horned rabbit. You see Scatha kind of, like, centering himself, like, he was, like, gone, almost in, like, you know, not in his body, kind of, just raging like mindlessly. You see Flint like very patiently but anxiously at the same time standing next to Skulker waiting for the hat to be sifted out. About 10 minutes before you find the hat, something else gets dragged out of the bottom. And it's this weird sort of, it looks like a satchel, but the clasp of the satchel, or like the seam where you'd like open to put stuff inside, has like a mouth on it.
Like,
or like
with teeth?
Excuse me, like a mouth like sewn onto it. Like it's a fabric mouth. It's not something that's gonna bite you.
Okay. Picturing the book from Harry Potter.
You open it up, and there seems to be like you stick your arm trying to find the bottom, and also everyone would like to roll me perception.
Can the bunny help me?
Sure. So there's like a golden insignia on this bag. And you see it actually matches something on the tunic of this face down person here. It matches a symbol. It's like a blazing sun with like some sort of like triangle behind it. Oh, Darrow, you would actually know what this is. This is the symbol of the Mage Academy. Ascalon.
Word.
Headquartered in Ascalon City, capital.
So we pulled a bag from the acid that has a golden insignia of the Ascalon Mage Academy.
Mm-hmm. And this guy down here also appears to be, like, after like examining the body more thoroughly, is a human, face down. You can tell by the wounds he was killed by the Ankeg and sort of like left here. Maybe like the acid makes the meat easier to digest or something like that. You're not sure why he's half out of the pool, but you do see that he has a like a robe with this same insignia.
Okay. Looks like he's been here long.
Nature? Survival? Nature, please. Looks like he's been here for about a week.
Does he have any rings on, or family crests, or any kind of other identification on him, like maybe a necklace around him or something?
He does not.
Okay.
Merely the robes and what's it called? Presumably the satchel. Rummaging around inside of the satchel, you find a few days of rations and some torches, like a tinderbox and such.
Okay. I was looking for something that would be that could identify him, hand over to the church to say, hey, found a body down there from the academy. Maybe if there's a missing person, this is what happened to him. Because I don't want to drag the body out of here.
Are you keeping the satchel?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll tell people if it's just rations and some torches. I feel like we could probably use the torches.
No,
Does anyone in the party
satchel.
have the spell Identify? Out of curiosity.
No, I do not. I retconned myself as having it. No.
What level is identified?
First level ritual.
First level. Oh,
Identify
I don't think clerics get it.
Or detect
Knowledge domain clerics, I think that's it. If any of them were to get it, think of that one. Alright, so this bag seems to have a lot of space in it, but its exact properties and such are unknown to you guys at the moment.
Oh, is it one of those bags where I open it and I don't see anything, but if I reach into it, I pull stuff out?
bag of holding.
Dude, I don't know what that fucking means.
I know
Magic
not
stone.
of this bag that you speak.
I'm kidding.
Okay. Hammer space is the other less used term.
All right, so the caverns are quiet. You continue deeper and deeper into the cavern, or like this one sort of like,
Wait,
this
Connor,
one area. What?
we found the
Goodbye,
hat?
my short rest.
What?
We
Yeah,
found
we
the hat?
found the hat.
Yes.
Wait, is it, like, destroyed or what?
Ah, you're okay.
Does
A little
it have
worn,
like
but only
some
upon really close
tasteful acid
inspection.
damage, or like or untouched, or like untasteful acid damage?
What?
Come again?
Tasteful acid damage, like there's like one hole eaten through the hat. You're like, well, fuck, but it actually kind of looks cool this way.
Oh, like distressed jeans he's talking.
Yeah.
Stupid. No, any acid damage would look horrific. So
Well, you got this. This is like dwarven leather, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably fine.
Alright, cool.
So,
Wait, we got a bag of holding?
We don't know it yet.
Possibly.
We are confused by this satchel that seems unusually
Oh, okay.
spacious.
okay. So you get to the deeper end of the cavern and you see that there's another like tunnel taking off into the wall, and Kiri confirms that like this is the same trajectory that like she was looking for like in the last tunnel. Like this one looks promising.
Okay.
No kicking pebbles into more pools of acid now.
Man,
Hey, you guys,
I will
I'm
do my
fucking
best.
done with this place. Goddamn pools of acid. Big fucking bug-like critters making me lose my hat for 3 hours.
Tilted.
Till die.
I'm just going to keep continually casting guidance on myself, so that if we need to stealth through somewhere again, well, I don't do that again.
This is where we're going to end our session tonight. It's crazy to me to think about that if the thing hadn't rolled so well on perception, you guys would have just went on to the next thing I had planned. Just kind of cack. But
Yeah, like the entire session was because, like, this entire session was just one good perception roll. That was it.
Yep.
I'm trying to just, like, I don't know, keep it fluid like that. Like, I'm not dead set on running any particular encounter, but I have, like, a couple things in the chamber that I'm, like, ready to bust out when appropriate. And, like, they're not always, like, combat. Like, some of them might be, like, an environmental challenge, or, like, a role-playing thing, or mushroom or some shit, but trying to keep, like, I don't know.
Well, Scotha enjoyed the session tonight, that's for sure.
Dude, you fucked that one thing up. I'm gonna say, you got a lot of good rolls in. They couldn't even hit you. They were trying to, also.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta set this back up. Alright.
Alright, bro. Dope
All right,
session.
guys.
I gotta
Thank
get the fuck out of here and go to sleep because I'm like an adult now and go to bed by 11.
Yeah.
Ha ha, sucks to be you. Have fun.
All right,
I
guys.
have to go back to
we'll-
work tomorrow. Ugh.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, everyone.
Yeah.
Sorry about last week.
Thank
Had a
you.
pretty rough day at
Great.
work. Next week is
Great.
looking promising. I don't have anything scheduled for Monday or Tuesday. I'll keep you all posted, but right now we will be on, and hopefully at 6 o'clock, 6:30.
All right. Thanks,
Alright,
bro.
cool. Sounds good.
You're welcome. Thanks for your
guys.
time.
See you all soon.
See ya.
Yep.
Take care, guys.
Have a good night.
Alright, you guys, that will be it for us today. Have a good morning, evening, or night, depending where you're from, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.